Falling too fast to prepare for this. Tripping in the world could be dangerous. Everybody circling as vultures. Negative nepotist. Everybody waiting for the fall of man. Everybody praying for the end of times. Everybody hoping they could be the one. I was born to run, I was born for this. Whip, run me like a racehorse. Pull me like a ripcord. Break me down and build me up. I wanna be the slip. Word upon your lip. Rather that you rip. Break me down and build me up. Whatever it takes. Always had a fear of being typical. Looking at my body feeling miserable. Always hanging on to the visual. I wanna be invisible. Looking at my years like I'm not a dumb. Everybody needs to be a part of them. Never be enough from the prodigal son. I was born to run, I was born for this. Whip, run me like a racehorse. Pull me like a ripcord. Break me down and build me up. I wanna be the slip. Word upon your lip. Rather that you rip. Break me down and build me up. Whatever it takes. Hypothetical, working out of something that I'm proud of. Out of the box, an epoxy to the world and the vision we've lost. I'm an apostrophe. I'm just a symbol to remind you that there's more to see. I'm just a product of the system of catastrophe, and yet a masterpiece, and yet I'm half diseased. And when I am deceased, at least I go down to the grave and die happily, and leave the body of my soul to be a part of me. I do what it takes, whatever it takes. Cause I love the adrenaline in my veins. I do whatever it takes. Cause I love how it feels when I break the chains. Whatever it takes. Yeah, take me to the top. I'm ready for whatever it takes. Cause I love the adrenaline in my veins. I do what it takes.
All right, welcome to Tuesday Night Thoughts, everybody. We got Zoomy with us today, but seems to be he's having camera issues. And we also got GWT333, someone who hasn't been on the channel for a little while. So, how are you doing, GWT, aka Tom?
Pretty good.
Cool. Been a while since we've seen you.
Yeah, I see Sunny Honey's over there already for my channel. So I'm streaming over on YouTube and X right now as well. So.
Oh, there you go. What the heck? Cool. Zoomy, how are you doing today?
I made it. It's another day.
Yes, you did. Oh. Been a crazy 24, shall we say 48 hours? No, 36 hours. What do you think?
I wish they quit fucking with the J6 guys.
Oh, yeah. Actually,
Did they finally all get released? Do we know yet? Or
not all. Yep. Looks like U.S. Marshals are going to be jumping in there saying.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I heard there was a few attorneys and U.S. Marshals involved in it.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They want to keep them in there. Wait. Oh, there's Father Larry.
Especially the gulag in Washington, D.C. That's a private, that's not federally ran. That's private. The feds just pay them. So that's money, dude.
Yep. So that's all they're getting is just nothing but money.
Yep.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey, Father Larry, how you doing tonight?
Now, GW, you look like you're in the wrong place. You're not in a truck.
Well, actually, I shut my business down.
Oh,
So I joined the ranks of Due up here. I become a Fed. No. A Fed. I'm now
Definitely
working for the now working. We got
For the
15 are left. Somebody else says 13 left now. They released 2 more, so we're getting a little intel over here. So yeah, I started the post office back in November out here as an RCA, and I actually got a job. Uh, I applied for another job with the post office for a T.N.T truck trailer. Just got that position. Just got an email. Just got a truck for the post office. I'll be
Perfect.
home. I'll be home every day. You know, the only problem is I got to drive 75 miles to work, to and from, back and forth.
ooh,
Wow, that's a long ways.
that's quite a commute.
Well, I mean, I'm right now as an RCA. I'm only making what 20 something an hour, a little bit, you know. And I'm only working part time in that position for the most part. So they finally had one of the truck. When I was in orientation, they told me that they have the tractor operators position. They're starting out now with the post office here where I'm at, and they told me just watch for the position, and a position popped up. I applied for it. Had to go down and take my UA the other day and do a little bit more stuff on my application for my background check for my LBR and stuff like that, and got the job offer, and now I got to report on the 8th of next month. So and I just got to check my email when I was when he was bringing me on, and I looked down to my work email, and I seen there's my report, so it's official.
There you go. Can't ask for anything better than that, can you?
Now the position pays $32 an hour starting out. So
No fun, right? Oh man. See, we got AP9889 in the chat. Let's say hi to the chatters too. Brenda 2024 and GGAB 1963 over there on the Rumble side. How you guys doing? Great to see you. I know we got Albina 842, Deborah Erdman. Father Larry was in there. Miami Angler's in there as well. Great to have you. Gulf of America. I'm stealing that sticker. Zoomy. I'm just straight out stealing it.
Oh, you should see what my buddy put on. He lives down there just south of Tampa Bay. He took his boat out yesterday. He was like, I can't believe I got my boat out on the Gulf of America. He said that right on Facebook.
Nice. Nice. That's absolutely awesome. And then I got to pay close attention to the chat over there. We got Sun Honey Studio, Texas Girl. G-Gab's jumping around a little bit. That's cool. Andy Heinrich, welcome in. Great to see everybody here. So, as we all know, the inauguration took place. And for those who think that you have to have your hand on the Bible to be sworn in, no, you don't.
It was down at his side.
Now,
He was already sworn in.
not only that,
well, not to mention the fact. Here's another thing, Father Larry. What does it say in the Bible about swearing on anything in heaven or earth? Right?
On
You're not
anything you what?
supposed to. You're not on Matthew, what is it? Matthew 25 through 34, where it says, do not swear on anything in heaven or on earth. Correct?
And placing your hand on the Bible is doing exactly that. So here's an interesting question for everybody. Did Trump follow God's word to the T when he was inaugurated? I'd say that's a big old yes. But before we get in any further into that one, we got a special guest that's watching right about now on the foxhole side. She's sitting right next to her mother, and it is little Sophia's birthday today. So, ladies and gentlemen, would you like to say happy birthday to Sophia? Hi, happy birthday.
Hi,
Happy
Sophia.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
I bet you she just
Well,
loved that.
well, also, what everybody needs to understand as well as in the military, or matter of fact, I don't know. I'm pretty sure Due had to do it years ago when he started with the post office. We had to swear in another oath to the Constitution even at the post office or in the orientation, and you sign your affidavit, right? You do not put your hand on the Bible. When we're standing that formation, we all put our hand up and we swear that oath to the Constitution. Going into the military, every time you'll look that we do that at METS. We do that at going through and get to our processing and everything else all the way through. Each time you do that, you do not swear. You don't put your hand on the Bible.
Nope, not at all. Not at all. So it's pretty interesting. And there's a lot of people that are going to come up. And I'm sure, Tom, you've seen that running around on TikTok.
Right. Oh, there's a lot of people out there hollering, look, Christians, look. Trump didn't put his hand on the Bible. He's the Antichrist. I told you, da 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 da, all that crap. That has nothing to do about swearing the oath.
Yep.
I mean, my first thought when I seen that, you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to swear on anything in heaven or on earth. It literally says right there in the scripture.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta call Texas here, so I'm gonna mute. So y'all go ahead with what y'all gonna talk about. So just
All
let you know.
Where was it? Where? Okay, hold on. There's something I just saw. It was rather interesting looking. I don't know if we really want to go through 30 minutes of it, though. But apparently The View had some things to say.
They always got shit to say.
Wait a minute. Hold on. We're not putting...
They're a bunch of fucking cows anyway.
Yeah, they are. Oops. Yeah, Larry, I'm seeing that. It's whenever that blue little bubble shows up, that's for the side that GWT333 is using, so we can see his chat as well. And we welcome all of you over there.
Oh.
So hopefully you all
Okay, because I've never seen it before.
Well, I figure, seeing as how we're here, let's go ahead and kick this pig completely off, because why not? Got some interesting videos to pull up. Didn't see too much of it today, but there's one from Robert Gouveia that was dropped about 12 hours ago. And Trump vows to make America great again and reach for Mars. Now think, Mars may not necessarily mean the planet. It could also mean the military auxiliary radio system. So communications, in other words. But what do you guys think? Shall we go ahead and check it out?
Might as well.
You know what? Let's roll that beautiful bean footage, because why not? That's why we're here. Here we go. We'll see everybody on the other side of this.
America will soon be greater, stronger, and far more exceptional than ever before. A few months ago, in a beautiful Pennsylvania field, an assassin's bullet ripped through my ear, but I felt then, and believe even more so now, that my life was saved for a reason. I was saved by God to make America great again. From this day forward, our country will flourish and be respected again all over the world. We will be the envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of any longer. During every single day of the Trump administration, I will very simply put America first. Our sovereignty will be reclaimed. Our safety will be restored. The scales of justice will be rebalanced. The vicious, violent, and unfair weaponization of the Justice Department and our government will end. And our top priority will be to create a nation that is proud, prosperous, and free. America will soon be greater, stronger, and far more exceptional than ever before. I return to the presidency confident and optimistic that we are at the start of a thrilling new era of national success. A tide of change is sweeping the country. Sunlight is pouring over the entire world, and America has the chance to seize this opportunity like never before. But first, we must be honest about the challenges we face. While they are plentiful, they will be annihilated by this great momentum that the world is now witnessing in the United States of America. As we gather today, our government confronts a crisis of trust. For many years, a radical and corrupt establishment has extracted power and wealth from our citizens while the pillars of our society lay broken and seemingly in complete disrepair. We now have a government that cannot manage even a simple crisis at home, while at the same time stumbling into a continuing catalog of catastrophic events abroad. It fails to protect our magnificent, law-abiding American citizens, but provides sanctuary and protection for dangerous criminals, many from prisons and mental institutions that have illegally entered our country from all over the world. We have a government that has given unlimited funding to the defense of foreign borders, but refuses to defend American borders or, more importantly, its own people. Our country can no longer deliver basic services in times of emergency, as recently shown by the wonderful people of North Carolina, been treated so badly, and other states who are still suffering from a hurricane that took place many months ago, or more recently, Los Angeles, where we're watching fires still tragically burn from weeks ago without even a token of defense. They're raging through the houses and communities, even affecting some of the wealthiest and most powerful individuals in our country, some of whom are sitting here right now. They don't have a home any longer. That's interesting, but we can't let this happen. Everyone is unable to do anything about it. That's going to change. We have a public health system that does not deliver in times of disaster, yet more money is spent on it than any country anywhere in the world. And we have an education system that teaches our children to be ashamed of themselves in many cases, to hate our country despite the love that we try so desperately to provide to them. All of this will change starting today, and it will change very quickly. My recent election is a mandate to completely and totally reverse a horrible betrayal and all of these many betrayals that have taken place, and to give the people back their faith, their wealth, their democracy, and indeed their freedom. From this moment on, America's decline is over. Our liberties and our nation's glorious destiny will no longer be denied, and we will immediately restore the integrity, competency, and loyalty of America's government. Over the past 8 years, I have been tested and challenged more than any president in our 250-year history, and I've learned a lot along the way. The journey to reclaim our republic has not been an easy one, that I can tell you. Those who wish to stop our cause have tried to take my freedom and indeed to take my life. A few months ago, in a beautiful Pennsylvania field, an assassin's bullet ripped through my ear, but I felt then, and believe even more so now, that my life was saved for a reason. I was saved by God to make America great again. That is why each day under our administration of American patriots, we will be working to meet every crisis with dignity and power and strength. We will move with purpose and speed to bring back hope, prosperity, safety, and peace for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. For American citizens, January 20th, 2025 is Liberation Day. It is my hope that our recent presidential election will be remembered as the greatest and most consequential election in the history of our country. As our victory showed, the entire nation is rapidly unifying behind our agenda with dramatic increases in support from virtually every element of our society, young and old, men and women, African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, urban, suburban, rural, and very importantly, we had a powerful win in all 7 swing states, and the popular vote, we won by millions of people. To the Black and Hispanic communities, I want to thank you for the tremendous outpouring of love and trust that you have shown me with your vote. We set records, and I will not forget it. I've heard your voices in the campaign, and I look forward to working with you in the years to come. Today is Martin Luther King Day, and his honor, this will be a great honor, but in his honor, we will strive together to make his dream a reality. We will make his dream come true. National unity is now returning to America, and confidence and pride is soaring like never before. In everything we do, my administration will be inspired by a strong pursuit of excellence and unrelenting success. We will not forget our country. We will not forget our Constitution, and we will not forget our God. Can't do that. Today, I will sign a series of historic executive orders. With these actions, we will begin the complete restoration of America and the revolution of common sense. It's all about common sense. First, I will declare a national emergency at our southern border. All illegal entry will immediately be halted, and we will begin the process of returning millions and millions of criminal aliens back to the places from which they came. We will reinstate my Remain in Mexico policy. I will end the practice of catch and release, and I will send troops to the southern border to repel the disastrous invasion of our country. Under the orders I signed today, we will also be designating the cartels as foreign terrorist organizations.
About time for that one, gosh.
And by invoking the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, I will direct our government to use the full and immense power of federal and state law enforcement to eliminate the presence of all foreign gangs and criminal networks, bringing devastating crime to U.S. soil, including our cities and inner cities. As Commander-in-Chief, I have no higher responsibility than to defend our country from threats and invasions, and that is exactly what I am going to do. We will do it at a level that nobody's ever seen before. Next, I will direct all members of my cabinet to marshal the vast powers at their disposal to defeat what was record inflation and rapidly bring down costs and prices. The inflation crisis was caused by massive overspending and escalating energy prices, and that is why today I will also declare a national energy emergency. We will drill, baby, drill. America will be a manufacturing nation once again, and we have something that no other manufacturing nation will ever have. The largest amount of oil and gas of any country on earth are going to use it. We will bring prices down, fill our strategic reserves up again, right to the top, and export American energy all over the world. We will be a rich nation again, and it is that liquid gold under our feet that will help to do it. With my actions today, we will end the Green New Deal, and we will revoke the electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto industry and keeping my sacred pledge to our great American auto workers. In other words, you'll be able to buy the car of your choice. We will build automobiles in America again at a rate that nobody could have dreamt possible just a few years ago. And thank you to the auto workers of our nation for your inspiring vote of confidence. We did tremendously with their vote. I will immediately begin the overhaul of our trade system to protect American workers and families. Instead of taxing our citizens to enrich other countries, we will tariff and tax foreign countries to enrich our citizens. For this purpose, we are establishing the External Revenue Service to collect all tariffs, duties, and revenues. It will be massive amounts of money pouring into our treasury, coming from foreign sources. The American dream will soon be back and thriving striving like never before to restore competence and effectiveness to our federal government. My administration will establish the brand new Department of Government Efficiency. After years and years of illegal and unconstitutional federal efforts to restrict free expression, I will also sign an executive order to immediately stop all government censorship and bring back free speech to America. Never again will the immense power of the state be weaponized to persecute political opponents. Something I know something about. We will not allow that to happen. It will not happen again. Under my leadership, we will restore fair, equal, and impartial justice under the constitutional rule of law. And we are going to bring law and order back to our cities. This week, I will also end the government policy of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life. We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based. As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female. This week, I will reinstate any service members who were unjustly expelled from our military for objecting to the COVID vaccine mandate with full back pay. We will measure our success not only by the battles we win, but also by the wars that we end, and perhaps most importantly, the wars we never get into. My proudest legacy will be that of a peacemaker and unifier. That's what I want to be, a peacemaker and a unifier. I'm pleased to say that as of yesterday, one day before I assumed office, the hostages in the Middle East are coming back home to their families. America will reclaim its rightful place as the greatest, most powerful, most respected nation on earth, inspiring the awe and admiration of the entire world. A short time from now, we are going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, and we will restore the name of a great president, William McKinley, to Mount McKinley, where it should be and where it belongs. President McKinley made our country very rich through tariffs and through talent. He was a natural businessman and gave Teddy Roosevelt the money for many of the great things he did, including the Panama Canal, which has foolishly been given to the country of Panama after the United States. I mean, think of this, spent more money than ever spent on a project before and lost 38,000 lives in the building of the Panama Canal. We have been treated very badly from this foolish gift that should have never been made, and Panama's promise to us has been broken. The purpose of our deal and the spirit of our treaty has been totally violated. American ships are being severely overcharged and not treated fairly in any way, shape, or form, and that includes the United States Navy. And above all, China is operating the Panama Canal, and we didn't give it to China, we gave it to Panama, and we're taking it back. Above all, my message to Americans today is that it is time for us to once again act with courage, vigor, and the vitality of history's greatest civilization. So as we liberate our nation, we will lead it to new heights of victory and success. We will not be deterred. Together we will end the chronic disease epidemic and keep our children safe, healthy, and disease-free. The United States will once again consider itself a growing nation, one that increases our wealth, expands our territory, builds our cities, raises our expectations, and carries our flag into new and beautiful horizons. And we will pursue our manifest destiny into the stars, launching American astronauts to plant the stars and stripes on the planet Mars. Ambition is the lifeblood of a great nation, and right now our nation is more ambitious than any other. There's no nation like our nation. Americans are explorers, builders, innovators, entrepreneurs, and pioneers. The spirit of the frontier is written into our hearts. The call of the next great adventure resounds from within our souls. Our American ancestors turned a small group of colonies on the edge of a vast continent into a mighty republic of the most extraordinary citizens on earth. No one comes close. Americans pushed thousands of miles through a rugged land of untamed wilderness. They crossed deserts, scaled mountains, braved untold dangers, won the Wild West, ended slavery, rescued millions from tyranny, lifted billions from poverty, harnessed electricity, split the atom, launched mankind into the heavens, and put the universe of human knowledge into the palm of the human hand. If we work together, there is nothing we cannot do, and no dream dream we cannot achieve. Many people thought it was impossible for me to stage such a historic political comeback, but as you see today, here I am. The American people have spoken. I stand before you now as proof that you should never believe that something is impossible to do. In America, the impossible is what we do best. From New York to Los Angeles, from Philadelphia to Phoenix, from Chicago to Miami, from Houston to right here in Washington, D.C., our country was forged and built by the generations of patriots who gave everything they had for our rights and for our freedom. They were farmers and soldiers, cowboys and factory workers, steel workers and coal miners, police officers and pioneers who pushed onward, marched forward, and let no obstacle defeat their spirit or their pride. Together they laid down the railroads, raised up the skyscrapers, built great highways, won 2 world wars, defeated fascism and communism, and triumphed over every single challenge that they faced. After all we have been through together, we stand on the verge of the 4 greatest years in American history. With your help, we will restore America's promise, and we will rebuild the nation that we love, and we love it so much. We are one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. So to every parent who dreams for their child, and every child who dreams for their future, I am with you, I will fight for you, and I will win for you, going to win like never before. In recent years, our nation has suffered greatly, but we are going to bring it back and make it great again, greater than ever before. We will be a nation like no other, full of compassion, courage, and exceptionalism. Our power will stop all wars and bring a new spirit of unity to a world that has been angry, violent, and totally unpredictable. America will be respected again and admired again, including by people of religion, faith, and goodwill. We will be prosperous. We will be proud. We will be strong, and we will win like never before. We will not be conquered. We will not be intimidated. We will not be broken, and we will not fail. From this day on, the United States of America will be a free, sovereign, and independent nation. We will stand bravely. We will live proudly. We will dream boldly, and nothing will stand in our way because we are Americans. The future is ours, and our
So, gentlemen, obviously that was one amazing friggin' speech getting back into office. What were your thoughts on it?
Oh yeah, it was great.
Gotta love it.
Well, I thought it was good. Although I was just reading a document that it was like he was the document I have was like it was what he was reading. So I was following it visually.
There you go. There you go. Actually, yeah, some of the stuff. And Zumi brings up an interesting sticker.
Mm-hmm.
Does everybody remember the movie V for Vendetta? Almost the exact same style hat that Melania was wearing yesterday.
Yep.
Just thought I'd bring it up. Uh-oh. Got it.
So I just got a little bit of information in Texas.
All right.
Just
What is
told
it?
me. So, I don't know if y'all can see this, or we're gonna have too much glare. Maybe I have to turn the screen down a little bit.
Yeah, turn your brightness down just a little.
Well,
No, I can't see it.
let's see here. Right
That's
there,
better.
right there is one of the J6ers coming out on a stretcher.
Because
Did you
they
say
beat
a
the
stretcher?
shit out of it.
On a stretcher. So the intel I just got, the reason why some of these people have not been released yet, and I guess Bobart and a few other politicians there are going to be taking them straight from that facility they're in. I'm going to watch my words here because I'm live on YouTube. Straight over to the Capitol buildings because supposedly they've been mistreated. Okay. And they're,
Well, we do know that the guards schedule regular beatings.
so the point is they're going to be looked over by doctors and everything else. But there's also the talk that they're going to try the possibility of charges in the state. So,
Needs to happen.
Mhm.
well, no, what I'm talking about, them recharging the J6ers on state crimes. But
What crimes?
I understand. But here's the thing. And I mentioned to her the concept of double jeopardy, right? Because how can you be tried twice for the same thing, correct?
Exactly.
But that doesn't apply with two different governments. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. But at the same time,
So if they get them on the state side, but see, here's the thing, that is federal property. That is federalized. DC is federal. So
Yep.
that
Well,
whole
actually, it
area,
doesn't even belong to the United States.
absolutely. So I don't understand how the state could come after them.
you can't.
They can't.
DC's not a
I
state.
Not legally.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
It was done on a piece of British property.
Yeah,
British
Well, and
a lot of people
Well,
got to learn what the law is and jurisdictions and stuff like that
right.
before
Mhm.
anything happens.
No, I agree. I completely agree on that one.
Well,
See,
the
here's
whole thing is though, I mean, it's the whole thing. If they try to do anything, is going to be a sham, anyways. I
Yeah.
mean, that's the whole
Well,
point.
but
We
that's
already
not to
know.
say they're not going to try it.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Larry, they're going to try. They're going to try no matter what. Here's the problem they're going to be facing with Pam Bondi as the new, Attorney General,
hmm
and Kash Patel as the FBI Director. All I can tell them straight out is good luck with that. That stuff will be put down real quick.
But then
Just an
you
FYI.
got to go back to the standpoint of this. Technically, the FBI has no authority anyways, and that comes back under the Chevron deference. So the issue is that the only three branches of government we actually have are the judicial, the executive, and legislative. That's the only three branches that are legit. So technically, the FBI, ATF, FMCSA, whatever you want to call it, that are these government agencies or depend or acting as have no authority. So
They don't.
True,
I mean,
at least for
I think
now. But I have a feeling.
I think the only thing Cash is going to be able to go in there is investigate and uncover the illegal activities that the FBI was involved in and expose it, and then it will be shut down. Because I think that's what he's there to do.
Well, I think this FBI and the CIA have to go down.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The CIA will be much more complex.
Mhm.
Yeah, because they
And-
have offices in other locations out of the country.
Yep.
But see, here's the funny part, and this is the reason why I think Cash was the best pick for being the FBI director. Everybody truly understands the FBI is not allowed to operate, period, because it doesn't have a congressional charter. Cash Patel will actually get that put into place. Once that is put in place, guess what? Well, the way things are going, I don't know. I think it might
Well,
be
I was on a TikTok live earlier, and it's the way I explained it. Technically, we've discussed this stuff, but going back to the assassination of Lincoln before. So technically, when they usurped the republic back then,
Mhm.
everything since then is null and void. That would be any amendments made to the Constitution and anything that these people that were acting or actors in government did are null and void. So, you know, I was having this conversation today was, we was talking about if you got pulled over, technically you don't have to speak to the police officer. You don't even have to roll down your window. You don't have to do nothing unless your lawyer is present. And that, because once you do, you contract with them. You know what I'm saying? And it goes under the whole thing of the Fifth Amendment, and that's all you do. All you have to say is I plead the Fifth, because the whole time you're volunteering with them and complying, and the only reason why you would comply with them is under threat or duress. Even then, nothing can be held against you in a court of law. So that's where people need to understand that these things are not legit. These police departments, all of it, everything, highway patrol, the whole night, state police, all of it, it's illegitimate. It does not have authority. It does not have standing.
Exactly.
Well, I have a question. If these different governors or whoever decide to try this at the state level, wouldn't the president have the authority to withdraw any kind of funding to that state?
Yes. Yep. He can put sanctions on that state.
Place sanctions on the state, and they receive zero aid from the government in any size, fashion, or form.
Correct. Yep.
I mean, that's one way that Trump could negotiate that. If they do try to seek anything in Maryland, I don't think they're going to get anywhere with it in Virginia. Okay, so
yeah, they might get a little.
Well, I
bit
heard
of
Chicago, Illinois, that they're going to try it.
For what? There's lack of jurisdiction.
They're going to try to.
Well,
yeah, but that's not. They're not going to try it.
Huh?
Well, that's not to say that Illinois is not going to try it anyway.
Well,
they're going to try it.
They can't do anything because nothing with whatever happened did not happen in their state. Now Maryland, technically, since it is part of DC, they could try to go ahead with it, but the state of Illinois or any of them, that right there would be thrown out in the first place, because technically they do not have jurisdiction at all in this case. Period.
Well, they shouldn't be able to try.
No, because the offense or whatever they're trying these individuals for, anyways, did not happen in their states. Now, since DC is part of Maryland,
didn't happen in
Maryland,
in Maryland state either.
Huh?
DC is not part of Maryland.
It's part of Virginia, or what is it? And Maryland. Yes, it is.
What used to be.
Well. But
under the current structure, DC is not part of our country.
No, it's not.
No,
period.
It's federal. It's actually, that is federal land. So it has, the state has not, technically, from my understanding, no authority there on that federal land. But here's the other question.
No.
Was DC dissolved?
Was it dissolved?
Well, it doesn't show up on Google Maps anymore. It doesn't say Washington D.C. on the map anymore.
An interesting thought.
Actually, hold on.
Because that was one of the things that I think, since the corporation was dissolved and that federal land was enacted, that under the restoration of the republic, that is no longer. I mean, it still says the District of Columbia right down there.
Yeah.
but it doesn't say Washington D.C. anymore.
And it used to say Washington,
Right there.
D.C.
Yes.
Now, that's the borders of District of Columbia.
Right.
But this is the part you have to really look at. Just says Washington.
Yes. That used to say Washington D.C.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that.
Mhm.
But it's still
yeah,
like you said, it's still showing the borders of District Columbia. But here's the thing: go back up there again, and do we have a border for Maryland and Virginia on that? So if
hang
that
on, let me
happened
bring
at
it
the
up.
Capitol building, which state did it take place in? Maryland,
Yeah.
on the Maryland side or Virginia side?
Well, here's Annapolis, Baltimore.
I think that's going to fall
Falls inside of Maryland.
inside of Maryland. The capital does.
Yep. Well, Fairfax, Virginia is right here. Bethesda, Maryland. Let's check. Alexandria. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Because this is
I think it's closer to Virginia.
Alexandria, Virginia, and
Right.
part of it's within.
And that looks like it's
So
rather close.
wait a minute. Go zoom in on where the capital is. There's Arlington. Because I think the river divides Virginia from Maryland, doesn't it?
I'm
Where's
not
the
sure.
Capitol
Yeah,
building? No, United States Capitol is on the other side of the river right there.
it's right here.
Right. Click on that little town right down there. What is that? 635 or 935, whatever it is down there, right below it. Is that a little town? Does that say Maryland? Navy
This is
Yard.
Navy Yard. This is in Maryland.
But I think that river right there, yeah, it does. So right up there to the left, where you're, it is. So up there where it says Maryland or Virginia, you see it on the river.
Got it right
So
here.
so technically, the Capitol building is in the state of Virginia, or in the state of Maryland. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
because the river,
Because it's north of the river.
because it's north of the river.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Because you can see this dotted line right here.
Yep.
That's the Maryland Virginia state border, and it runs right alongside this border on the Potomac.
Yep.
Oh, would you look at that? You can actually see the Pentagon.
That's
Which
in
the
Virginia.
Pentagon itself, I believe, is in Virginia.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Close it.
Nah, I just put Pete Hegseth in there. That's what I would say. This thing needs to fall. Washington Monument. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm sorry. Look at this. What's wrong with this picture? We already know that the Washington Monument is this gigantic phallic-looking symbol. And then you look at it from space, knowing
By
for
design.
Yep. Does this look like a set of balls?
Yeah.
Just asking.
It's all inside of a giant anus.
Hello there, Alaskan sourdough. How you doing, buddy?
Very, very interesting. Here's Washington D.C. Capitol. That's going to be changing soon, I believe. You know, quite honestly, I don't ever want to go there. I really don't ever want to visit that spot.
I don't. I mean, even with that convoy deal, and I was right there in Maryland. There's shibbles.
Shibbles is there? Where?
Yeah, he's over there on YouTube.
He is.
He said space. He said space ain't real.
What up, Shibbles? Shabibbles? Just asking.
So, gentlemen, how would you like to see? I have a picture here. It says the wait is over. Gitmo has named its first elite individual to face the harshest punishment.
Well,
Who's in the boat?
I see George Clooney, Barack Obama, and a little child.
Who's the elite?
That picture's been around for quite a few years.
Yeah.
Well, true, but the statement hasn't.
Yeah, that'd be Obama.
Yeah, but where's that statement? Where's that statement come from, though? My interesting question is, who saw
It comes from Gitmo TV.
from Gitmo TV?
Telegram channel.
Oh, yeah. I Gitmo TV. I could make a Gitmo TV. So unless I actually see real video of it or something like that, he said you can't believe anything anymore. There's so many fake things out of there that just put this clickbait out there. It's unreal. But I do have a question to this. Why was Catherine Heritage at Gitmo posing for a picture in front of the sign, Camp Justice? Do y'all know who Catherine Heritage is?
Yes, she's a reporter kind of person.
Yes.
She's been down there investigating Gitmo.
Well, the other thing is, too, her being that investigative reporter, she was down there on the 19th, and that's when she posted the day before the TV isn't real. Yeah, I know. But she posted.
What's real?
She posted her photo, that post on X, and some people were very interested in that concept that since she's a reporter and she's a writer, that would be follow the pen, if you know what I'm talking about. Her post that when she posted was 11:33, the timestamp.
Okay.
I got the video of it.
Oh, I see it. Ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
As the Trump administration begins its first 100 days in office, we are at Guantanamo Bay and we'll be reporting from here at Camp Justice. We'll be inside the courtrooms. We'll have updates on the status of the military trials as well as the detention camps. This new administration is going to have to make some hard choices about the future of this operation.
Fair enough.
Inside the courtrooms.
Inside the courtrooms, yep.
And this current administration is going to have to make some hard choices. What kind of hard choices?
Who lives and who gets... Well, here, I'll put it this way.
Who wants to FAFO?
Shit, no joke, right? What the... looking for something and I can't even pull it up. What the heck?
Hello, Kimberly. How are you doing?
Oh, you got to be kidding me. That website's down now. That'll definitely be interesting.
Which one's that?
Oh, just one I usually look at. Oh, shit. Sorry about that. Today was a long day. But it is what it is. So, let's see. Oh, there was one interesting thing that I saw on the, technically speaking, day one, which was actually day two, because once Trump got inaugurated, he went straight to work. But this video I'm going to show you is a little bit longer than normal, about 23 minutes, 32 seconds. I like the mirroring on that one. But it deals with a particular Homeland Security person. I listened to this one and I couldn't stop laughing. But somebody got fired today. Well, about 1,000 plus people did actually get fired today. But here was one of the first ones. So let me go ahead and bring this up. This is coming from veteran biker, who's a bubblehead out of the retired bubblehead from the Navy. In other words, a submariner. So, you guys ready for this one? I'm pretty sure it'll make you laugh.
Sure.
Here we go. See everybody on the other side.
The leader of the United States Coast Guard has been fired by Donald Trump on day one. Her failures at the Coast Guard Academy, her failure for national security, her failure for border protection, her failure to recruit the best quality talent across the United States and into the Coast Guard has led to her firing on day one. She was appointed under the Biden administration as a DEI and a woke hire, and today she will be looking for a new line of employment. Linda Fagan stands accused of prioritizing woke policies over national security. Border threats are ignored. Recruitment is in a crisis. Critical equipment has been delayed. And a shocking cover-up and scandal tied to SA cases. How did it get this bad, and why is no one talking about it? Let's expose the truth. Donald Trump was sworn in yesterday as the 47th president of the United States. He has wasted not 1 minute. He gave 3 speeches yesterday, was probably up until 2 a.m. The lights were on at the White House this morning at 5 a.m. because I have someone that works within that circle that is very close to that organization. And today, Admiral Linda Fagan has to look for a new job. And I don't know about you, but I paid for this. This is what I voted for. This is what I wanted. And this is what we're getting. Coast Guard Commandant Linda Fagan terminated for prioritizing diversity, equity, and inclusion ahead of border security. We know what's starting today. This is January the 21st, day 2 of Donald Trump's real presidency. And we're about to start exporting illegal.
Hold on. That's a female? Oof. Oof. Rough. All right, let's get
me.
Huh? Good Lord, that is, if that's a female.
That's a dude. That's a dude.
Dude does not look like a lady on this one. Let's go ahead and carry on with this.
Why am I got an echo?
Oh, it's probably because of the. Oh, I know why. It's because I didn't mute that out yet. But if this is a female, honestly, I've never seen eyebrows that went along the bridge of the nose and then straight out across.
That's funny. So, breaking news here. Acting Secretary of Department of Homeland Security, DHS, has fired every member of the DHS AM Advisory Committee. One of those committee members was Noah bookbinder, the president of Cotisans for responsibility. Cotisans, I don't know what Cotisans. I think it's Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington. So I can play this for you if you want, but
yeah, we can bring it up in a bit. But yeah, matter of fact, have that set and ready to go after this video because I saw this. Huh?
I don't have it on that. It's over here on TikTok. But
breaking news: acting.
Go ahead. Go ahead and play what you're going to play, and then I'll finish.
You got
to hear it?
Here we go. Of course.
Secretary of Defense Benjamin Hoffman has fired every single member of the Homeland Security Advisory Committee. But it gets better. Guess who's one of those members on the Department of Homeland Security's Advisory Committee? Noah Bookbinder, the president of Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington, the group responsible for financing and litigating the Anderson v. Colorado case where they were trying to remove Trump from the ballot in Colorado. He was appointed to the board by Alejandro Mayorkas in 2022, and I've been trying to tell you guys this whole time how corrupt all of these things were, and here we are. Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington was started in the 90s, and it was started to be able to combat all of the litigation with the Clintons and to be able to salvage their reputations. You can go to opensecrets.com and you can see all of the donors to Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington, and they are all very liberal donors, including George Soros' Open Society Foundation and the Barbara Streisand Foundation. And now these people are getting cleaned out of our government. Thank you, Donald Trump. So if you're someone in the...
So, what do you think about that?
Well, bye. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Matter of fact, did anybody think to put a boot up their ass before they left? Just asking.
Well, who was it that was? I need a content creator.
Yeah. Who's that content creator that put that what you just played for us up? We're gonna hear it again. Zumi's gonna find it because he's got his TikTok.
I'll just pull the whole video up.
Might as well look at it. You know.
Do you have your TikTok up, Zoom?
I can real quick.
If you want to follow me, and I can send it. I can send you the link.
So a lot of you. Breaking news.
I can send you the link to it. So if you want to pull it up.
But see that the other problem is Zoomy may not know what name you're under.
GWT333.
Yeah, go and look at that.
For you, I think it is maybe at GWT333. I can follow you back over there. I'll save this. Post it.
Mm-hmm. But gentlemen, let's go ahead and get back into this video. We'll see everybody on the other side. Like I said, I had to stop the video because damn, that's one ugly ass woman. Yikes.
About to start exporting them to wherever they want to go and wherever they should go back to. Let's play this.
We currently have nearly 40% women enrolled at the Coast Guard Academy.
Don't care.
I'm really excited about the talent and the diversity that I see coming through the academy. My daughter is in the Coast Guard as a lieutenant, and there is just nothing but opportunity for her and all of the men and women that have joined the service. I'm really excited about the future as we look ahead.
I don't need diversity in the Coast Guard. I don't care what you lick, what you stick. I want you to use the appropriate bathroom. When you're buried in a national cemetery and you're 6 feet away from the headstone, you cannot tell what race, gender, color, or creed that anyone is that's buried there. I want the best talent. I do not need diversity. I want war fighters. I want people that protect our southern border. I want people that protect our coastlines. I want people that protect our water ways, because the Coast Guard protects the Mississippi River, the Missouri. All of the major waterways are protected by the Coast Guard, okay? And up to and including 12 nautical miles off the coast of our country. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff coming in. You got narco subs, you got cartels that have just been designated by Donald Trump as a terror organization. I don't need wokeness. I don't need diversity. I don't want it. I'm not paying for it. And I don't think you, the American people, want it. And you're tired of paying for this shit too. Next up, let's try this one. You're going to love this. You are going to love this. This was Donald Trump yesterday giving a speech about this, and he didn't waste any damn time. Amen, hallelujah, and a boom shakalaka in taking actions on this.
We'll get wokeness the hell out of our military immediately.
Damn right.
And make it like it used to be. Take a look at this.
Watch.
You little scumbag! I got your name! I got your ass! You will not laugh! You will not cry! You will learn by the numbers!
Happy Pride. Happy Pride Month, and actually, let's declare it a summer of pride.
So you're a killer! Sir, yes, sir! Let me see your war face! Sir, you got a war face?
Trump played that clip at the arena, and he was not messing around. He wanted to get rid of the wokeness, and that's exactly what he did on day one. Now, we're going to take a little trip down memory lane with this Coast Guard Admiral, Linda Fagan. This is her testifying before Congress in a Homeland Security Committee, and this is on the Coast Guard's role in securing our homeland, our country, and she has failed. Okay, her tenure as the leader of the Coast Guard has been marred by significant leadership and operational failures. If you don't know where the Coast Guard Academy is, it's in Groton, Connecticut. It is right across the water from submarine base Groton, Connecticut. I have stood many mid-watches topside on a submarine staring at the Coast Guard Academy across the river. It's literally hundreds of yards away. And in this video, we're going to dive into the critical issues surrounding her failures, and I'm going to show it to you. Here we go. Buckle up. Get ready to get a cup of coffee.
I'm asking you what programs have been implemented within the last couple of years that focus solely on diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Here we go.
I'll have the staff give you, we value diversity.
Oh, yeah.
But the town.
We've always valued diversity in this country, but we all know that we used to have a system that was more based on merit. I'm asking you specific questions about what specific programs have been.
Did you hear what he said? We used to value systems based on merit, not diversity. I don't care what you look like. I want the best.
Implemented under your watch within the last couple of years that focus on DEI.
I'll have the staff work with your staff. I can't immediately say this program initiated in the last 2 years. Again, the programs all focus on ensuring workforce that meets the standards is able to serve honorably in the service, and that we hire a workforce that meets our standards.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Did she answer the question? I don't think so. We'll get to those super chats in just a second. Thank you so much for those rolling in. But I'm tired of the diversity. I want the best quality. Watch this. She gets teary-eyed here. Look at the guy behind her. Look at the guy to her left. Or actually over here. Look at this guy. He's like, what the hell did she says? What the hell did she just say? This is one of her guys. And he's like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. Look what she said. Watch this.
In good faith. This is an incredible organization, and I am committed to bringing the organization forward and making the culture change necessary. And I understand that there's a responsiveness to the committee. I remain committed to that, and I continue to work with my own lawyers and the department to ensure that we are providing documents consistent with executive branch and constitutional process according with regard to accommodation.
Again, you have to understand, I've heard this time and time again over multiple investigations.
It is the same old jargon. It's word salad. This is the Kamala Harris school of thought. He is asking a simple question about an investigation of SA. We know what that is, where people are, touched where they shouldn't be touched. Don't touch me here. At the Coast Guard Academy. I got to be very careful with what I say here for the YouTube thought police, okay? And he is asking a very simple question. This is Ron Johnson asking for evidence for the cover-up.
It's the exact same excuses given all the time in terms of not being responsive. You talk about 2 million pages. Well, we've already cut it down to somewhere between 25 and 30.
Listen to what
you turned
said.
over 17, but in particular, when there's a document that you request, from a U.S. Senator to the Commandant of the Coast Guard. And the Commandant of the Coast Guard said, yeah, we'll provide that document, and it's not provided. And again, I'm not talking 2 million pages. I'm not talking 25,000 pages. I'm talking about an 11-page initial draft of the report on an investigation that took 5 years, that was then covered up for a number of years.
And this assault case was female on female assault case, covered up, okay? Covered up. That's a problem. Next up, let's watch a little interview here. You're going to love this.
Admiral Linda Fagan made history when she became the 27th Commandant of the Coast Guard in June. She's the first woman to ever lead a military branch and the Coast Guard's first female 4-star admiral. Admiral, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mimi. It's a pleasure to be here.
So I want to start with your priorities, and I know in a document...
Listen to her priorities. Now, I don't have a problem with women in the military. One of the best commanding officers I ever had was at a naval base in Panama City, Florida, at the Naval Support Activity, Panama City, Florida. She was the base commander. One of the best commanding officers I can ever imagine. Absolutely the best. She wanted you to do your job, hold you to a standard of integrity, honor, courage, and commitment. She got out of your way and let you do your job. And I'll say salute to Jessica, and I'm not going to mention her last name here.
Called the Commandant's Intent. You named transforming the workforce as one of your biggest priorities. Why is that?
Let's do that.
Yeah, without workforce, we are not able to operate the organization. And we operate a talent management system very similar to the other armed services. You basically, whether you're officer enlisted, you start at the beginning, at the bottom, and then work your way up and forward in an up-route system. And that creates barriers and impediments for people who are looking to serve and stay. And so I've challenged the team to openly, question some of those assumptions that we have in the system, and are looking to make it easier for people to enter the service and serve and contribute to the nation.
But how? What are some of the ideas that
But how? That simple question. But how? You've got all these keywords and tricky phrases. I saw somebody in the chat said they were an infantryman. Completely different role. Completely different role. I'm a retired submarine guy. I get it. I want the best people. I don't care what you are. I don't care what you are. I want the best. I want the most physically capable fighting force. For the Army, for the Marines, I want people that can shoot, move, communicate, close the distance to the enemy, and destroy them. That's what I want out of my Army, Marines, Tier 1, Delta, Bro, SEAL Team 9. Shoot, move, communicate, close the distance to the enemy, and destroy them. That's what I want out of my ground force. The Navy is a different world. We've got ships, the Coast Guard, different world. You've got operations, you've got command and control center, you've got sonar, electronics. There are different roles for different people. Okay? Completely different. Thank you for that infantry soldier that made that comment in there. Thank you so much.
Sure,
Some of what we're doing is providing opportunities for people to lateral. Let's say you're a a nurse practitioner, helicopter mechanic. We make you start at the bottom and come up. We're looking for opportunities to bring you in at an E4, E5 level and bring those credentials and have us acknowledge and accept them so that it's not starting from the very beginning.
The Coast Guard has failed to meet recruitment for years. They are at a 60% recruitment level right now. Okay, Trump sacks Coast Guard chief over failure to address border security. We're seeing it. We're going to see that change today. ICE is going to be conducting raids in sanctuary cities. I'm not sure if you support this or not. I do. And if you support it, just give me a thumbs up, get a salute in the chat. I really appreciate it if you do. If you support diversity, equity, inclusion in the military, I think you're out of whack. Dark Side Harley Girl, $20 snack for the pups. We're going to need a lot of popcorn. Yes, we are. Tracy Bischoff, love my fellow submariners. Super chat. Thank you very much, Tracy. Bubbleheads unite. Okay. Next up, this is Linda Fagan. Ousted, Coast Guard leader, border recruitment concerns. Boom, gone. I love it. Get them out. Listen to what he said here.
Well, thank you very much. This is a great honor. We have a lot of Space Force here, by the way. A lot of Space Force. We're very proud of Space Force.
Space Force, we need more of it. Somebody asked me if I ever stole the XO's door. Absolutely. Stole the door, stole the toilet seats. We did all that stuff. Absolutely. I love that Trump has not wasted any time in closing the ranks. Closing the ranks. I got to show you this clip here. Had somebody mention this. I want to make sure that we cover exactly what you all want. The J6ers, all 50, I think there's 1,500. I'm probably wrong on the numbers there. You all are much smarter than I am. I'm just a dumb submariner. David Larson, I know you're a dub sub vet as well if you ask that question. Watch what Donald Trump says here last night. Watch what he says here last night about the J6.
I think this order will apply to approximately 1,500 people, sir.
So this is January 6th. These are the hostages. Approximately 1,500 for a pardon.
Yes.
Full pardon.
Full pardon or commutation?
Full pardon. We have about 6 commutations in there where we're doing further research.
You like that?
Nice to see you again.
Full pardon for the J6ers.
Anything you want to explain about this? We hope they get them. We hope they come out tonight, frankly. If you're expecting.
He wanted them out last night. There's a lot of footage. There are a lot of clips. There are a lot of videos online about some of the J6ers not being released. Okay? Some of them have not been released. America First FFL. Somebody emailed me something. I'll check it. If it comes through to the Veteran Biker Proton email, I'll check it out. But he wanted to get them out last night. Many cases that didn't happen. It didn't happen.
Approximately 1,500 people. Six commutations.
Were there any cases you did not commute or pardon people?
We're looking at different things, but the commutations would be the ones that we'll take a look, and maybe it'll stay that way, or it'll go to, full pardon.
And the order does require the Bureau of Prisons to act immediately on receipt of the pardons and commutation orders.
Some of the Bureau of Prisons did not act last night, and they're in violation. Cat Turd, welcome to the chat. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, Cat Turd.
Sir, this is an
Why don't we get that down so they can get them going right now?
Yes, sir.
Is that okay?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. This is a proclamation guaranteeing the state's protection against invasion based on the current crisis at the southern border. It invokes various executive powers relating to the ongoing invasion at the southern border.
Guys, things are getting real, and they're getting real fast. We're seeing it. Look at this last night. This is anti-Trump protesters wanting to keep people locked up. They want to keep people locked up against their will. Bureau of Prisons is in a world of shit. Okay? Watch this. This is, here we go, right here.
So I'm outside of the D.C. Gulag, and there's now some Antifa here, and the cops are standing between us and some of these Antifa people. The guards are refusing to let the J6ers out. They have defied President Trump's pardon. The pardon says they're to be released immediately, and they've defied that. They know that the U.S. Marshal has been called, and I was told specifically by one Metropolitan Police officer she doesn't care that the U.S. Marshals have been called. So we have a situation out here, and we could use some help, President Trump. Please send the U.S. Marshals immediately.
There you go. People were held against their will after they were pardoned. Look at the comments. Massive lawsuits incoming. Doesn't the order have to pass through the courts first? No. As much as I'd like them all released tonight, there's a huge number of people to process. I understand that, but get them out. Get them out. They were in solitary confinement for months. For months. And nobody gave a damn about them. Okay? This is the Veteran Biker. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, thumbs up button. We're going to keep putting out good news like this across this channel for every day. We're counteracting the Rachel Mad Cows. Hit the like, subscribe, thumbs up button. Make sure you hit the bell for the bell notification so you know we're coming in hot. Okay, let me grab another story here real quick. I've got something else that I wanted to show. Wasn't sure I was going to have time for it, but why not? Why not? This is a big one. This involves the military. And I think it's amazing. Donald Trump has just exited the WHO and labeled the cartels as that right there. You see that word right there that I can't use online because of thought police here on YouTube, the mind control, the thought police? Donald Trump has called them, labeled them the T word. He is going to declare a state of emergency on the southern border today. By declaring a state of emergency on the southern border, Donald Trump, I looked into some of this, and I talked to a lawyer because that's what they get paid for. Donald Trump can implement the United States military to engage the cartels at the southern border. I don't know what that's going to do. I don't know what could happen. I know what I want to happen. I want the southern border closed. He signed into law yesterday the anchor baby thing. No more. Goodbye. With the stroke of the pen, and Donald Trump signs everything with a Sharpie. He signs everything with a Sharpie. I've got a hat signed by the Trumpinator. And he signs it with a Sharpie for a reason, because he wants it to be permanent. And it's a permanent decision. And damn, it feels good. I don't know about you, but I'm going to work today, head held high. I got the Vet Biker hat on here this morning, but my MAGA hat's in the truck. I'm headed to work. I got to pay taxes. Donald Trump shut down all foreign aid yesterday. Suspended all foreign aid. As of yesterday, where I live here in Arkansas, gas prices dropped 10 cents a gallon. I'd love to know in the chat how much gas is where you're at. I've got a little logbook here. I'm keeping track because I believe by the end of January, we get back into the $2-ish gas range. Now, California, you're on your own because Gavin Newsom and the vampirical tax system you've got out there. But absolutely, put a comment where you're at and how much gas prices are. Somebody says goosebumps from the excitement. Chuck, you're absolutely right. And anytime I hear somebody named Chuck say they got goosebumps, damn, that makes me feel good. Because, Chuck, that tells me you're a patriot, you're proud, you woke up this morning head held high. And we're not afraid to be who we are and to get what we voted for. I voted for this. You voted for this. We won. We won. Donald Trump's back in office. It is time to kick ass and chew bubble gum. And we're all out of bubble gum. We're all out. Hit the like, subscribe, thumbs up button. I'm going to come in with a late night live stream tonight from a night crew. I got a morning crew, I got a night crew, and I got to feed the beast. And we're going to do that. This is the Vet Biker. Take care. I got to go to work. But I don't think my tax money's going to Zelensky anymore. I think he's in his crying closet with a Depends undergarment. And I love it. I love knowing that.
I thought you guys might like that one, especially that last little part. You tell me.
Well, I got that TikTok pulled up over here, and I got another one that I want to show you.
All right. Let's go ahead and bring that up.
News. Acting Secretary of Defense Benjamin Hoffman has fired every single member of the Homeland Security Advisory Committee. But it gets better. Guess who's one of those members on the Department of Homeland Security's Advisory Committee? Noah Bookbinder, the president of Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington, the group responsible for financing and litigating the Anderson v. Colorado case where they were trying to remove Trump from the ballot in Colorado. He was appointed to the board by Alejandro Mayorkas in 2022, and I've been trying to tell you guys this whole time how corrupt all of these things were, and here we are. Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington was started in the 90s, and it was started to be able to combat all of the litigation with the Clintons and to be able to salvage their reputations. You can go to opensecrets.com and you can see all of the donors to Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington, and they are all very liberal donors, including George Soros' Open Society Foundation and the Barbara Streisand Foundation. And now these people are getting cleaned out of our government. Thank you, Donald Trump. So if you're someone in this government that is crooked, corrupt, wanting to try to undermine the President of the United States, just know your job.
Well, I can go for that. Now, that was the exact same video that GWT333 had playing in to where we could actually hear it. We didn't get to see the video. We just got to saw that.
Yeah, just the audio.
Yeah, we just got to hear the audio. But we did get to look at that lovely beard that he's got. So, kudos to you on that one.
So, I've got a couple more. I've got a couple more for you. I've been over here looking at. Some interesting.
All right, but before we get into that, Larry dropped something in the viewer, so let's go ahead and take a look at that.
Well, I'd like to tell people about a glimpse into the future of healthcare.
Oh, by all means. Now, is this looks like it's just a read only for the moment? Is that right?
Yeah, I'll be reading it.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, a glimpse into the future of healthcare. Procedures associated with the MedBeds 5D are nothing short of miraculous, taking only a few minutes to address a wide range of health issues. Whether it's 3 p.m. or any other time of the day, these MedBeds are ready to use her in an era of new medical treatment. Let's take a closer look at what makes MedBeds 5D a game changer in the world of healthcare. First of all, health benefits. MedBeds 5D offer a path to optimal health by correcting a patient's medical problems, restoring their body to its peak condition. First of all, new organ growth. These remarkable beds can facilitate the growth of new organs, providing hope in those in need of transplants. New bones, healing. For individuals with dentures, MedBeds 5D dissolve dentures and promote beneficial healing processes. Surgery. MedBeds 5D performs surgery with astonishing efficiency, ensuring rapid recovery. Imagine a baseball pitcher going under surgery and returning to the field in record time. Vax damage. These beds can reverse the damage caused by vaccinations, prioritizing those with natural injuries. Heart patients. MedBeds 5D cater to the various heart problems, offering hope to the heart patients worldwide. Addiction. Yes, addiction can be cured through the innovative treatments methods provided by MedBeds 5D. Though the root causes are not yet fully understood. Surgical residue removal. Any leftover surgical residue can be surgically removed, dissolved, and repaired, restoring the body to its pre-problematic state. Chemotherapy. MedBeds not only heal the damage caused by chemotherapy, but also restore overall health and eliminate unnatural growth states. Allergies. Bid farewell to allergies as MedBeds 5D work their magic in eliminating them.
Good.
Dentistry. Dental problems are no match for the MedBed 5D, which can renew teeth and make necessary adjustments. Weight management. Achieve your ideal weight with the help of MedBeds. Vision and hearing. Restore your vision and hearing with these innovative medical marvels, even correcting lens blindness. Scar healing. Say goodbye to scars as MedBeds 5D promote their healing and the disappearance of those scars. Schizophrenia. Mental health issues, including schizophrenia, can be effectively addressed through the healing capabilities of MedBeds 5D. Autism. Children with autism can find healing and support through this groundbreaking technology. Orthopedic solutions. MedBeds 5D address orthopedic issues, offering changes and corrections as needed. Depression. While not an instant cure, MedBeds 5D can help individuals struggling with depression by providing a positive pathway to healing. Personal growth. MedBeds 5D can enhance a person's compassion, intelligence, and more. Additional languages can also be learned, though it's essential to have a purpose for such updates. Optimal health. The ultimate goal of MedBeds 5D is to restore the body to optimal health, ensuring individuals can live their best lives. Healing the mind. As the saying goes, when you heal the mind, you heal the body. MedBeds 5D embrace this philosophy wholeheartedly. My favorite. Age reversal. While not guaranteed for everyone, MedBeds 5D can potentially reverse the aging process, allowing individuals to experience the best health possible for their age. Birth-related issues. Problems that occurred at birth can be corrected with the help of MedBeds 5D. DNA transformation. MedBeds 5D have the remarkable ability to reverse discontinued gene expressions and address issues like the MTHFR, estrogen dominance, and more through detox and DNA cleansing. I just thought, just to give some people an idea of what the MedBeds are going to be able to do, it's pretty exciting. As Trump had said in one of his speeches, many speeches, doctors may well become obsolescent. So there's hope for all of us. Yep. Oh, the one thing I did hear that it wasn't in there, with the age reversal process, the gray goes away. And if you're bald, you can get your hair back.
Actually, you know what? The funny part is I purposely go bald by use of razor. I definitely like the gray that I have, so I'll probably do everything I can to keep that as a reminder of my kids and the craziest shit of my life. Let's put it that way. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love my stepkids. But we had some times. So I'll keep the gray hair.
So Zumi, Your hand's going to feel a lot better after a med bed treatment.
Me and my fucked up hand. That's it.
You'll be able to bend them.
That's it,
You'll
guys.
be able to bend them correctly.
That's as far as I can open that up. It looks
Hey,
like
how do you think I feel? Zumi, how do you think I feel?
Yeah,
that's
it's
straight.
all deformed.
Yeah, that's straight too.
That'll all go away, guys. That'll all go away.
I will say this other thing though, Father Larry. Once those med beds come out,
I hope so.
I want to keep certain scars, and I will let.
Well, it's either all or none.
I'll keep all my scars. I earned them, especially this one because I can actually on this particular knuckle on my right hand. I can actually, with the way everything went, I can actually draw a smiley face on it. Seriously, and I'm only tracing the scar. But at the same time, that okay. So one of the biggest things most people probably don't know is this: that Trump has been working on the release of those med beds since his first term. Just FYI, that was a weird ass thing that I found out through research and everything else. Are the med beds real? Abso-freaking-lutely. Can they completely get you back to full, perfect health? Yes, they can. There's other technologies that follow along with the med beds that are also coming. So just keep that in mind. It has to be a slow rollout for all of this stuff. But within the next 4 years, you're going to start seeing them.
Well, they're already putting them on military, very less used military bases. I don't want to say abandoned military bases, but ones that are not fully operational.
Well, there are a couple of abandoned military bases that are basically active right now. Yeah, you'll get to see it. And there's going to be a point in time where, hell, you can even have one of those doggone things inside your house. So anytime you break a bone or anything else like that, chip a tooth, friggin' just...
It'll repair them. I've heard people say that they can actually regrow teeth.
Yes, they can. In other words, what the med beds do is they restore you to your original, most optimal health that you've ever experienced in your life. And if you don't think you've ever experienced natural health, you got something wrong with you. Am I saying that in a bad way? No. You just missed the point in where you were at when it took place.
Let me pull up this other video here.
All right. I see it.
The Marine Corps lieutenant colonel who was arrested and ousted after he publicly spoke out in uniform about the Afghanistan pullout has now been selected as the senior advisor to the Secretary of Defense. Talk about redemption. In August of 2021, Lieutenant Colonel Scheller, who was a well-respected battalion commander, posted a video on Facebook and LinkedIn where he spoke about his contempt for those in leadership who made the decisions that resulted in the deadly Afghanistan withdrawal.
The reason people are so upset on social media right now is not because the Marine on the battlefield let someone down. That service member has always rose to the occasion, done extraordinary things. People are upset because their senior leaders let them down, and none of them are raising their hands and accepting accountability or saying, we messed this up.
Lieutenant Colonel Stuart Scheller lost his 17-year career, lost his retirement. He's the only officer to date to be held accountable for the mistakes made that day. We may not agree with all of the ideologies and beliefs that Lieutenant Colonel Scheller brings to the role, but what we can agree with is that he has the heart and conviction to speak up on behalf of those who are being silenced. And he has the grit to hold senior leaders accountable, and now he is in a position to ensure that is done.
That no general officers are willing to hold each other accountable, I am submitting charges against General McKenzie for his bad assumptions. Not because I'm vindictive, but because the senior leaders need to be held accountable to the same standard as us.
This is a major win for the military community and probably one of the best promotions.
Remember
Hot
that?
damn! Finally.
Remember him?
Yeah, I remember him real well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really
That's
sad
the
to see
guy-
when fucking
That's the guy they threw under the bus.
the bus, the dump truck, the freaking earth mover, everything.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Vindication is coming. Now, for those of you who are spying in, and I'm not talking about anybody that is sitting here actively engaged in the chat, but you know who you are. I know who you are. GWT333 knows who you are. Zoomy knows who you are. Father Larry knows who you are. And don't forget the wonderful ladies over there on Rumble. We know who you are. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Time is running out. You don't have much time left for your BS that you've been pushing on everybody here, whether it's in America or worldwide. Just saying. You ain't got to like it, but you're going to swallow that big ass red pill, whether it's going down your throat or up your. Yes, follow Larry.
I have a question from something you talked about earlier. When we were talking about Trump taking the oath as well as Vance.
Yep.
You said that Vance had put his hand on the Bible, so he was sworn in?
Well, there's another thing about Vance that I got to bring up. But yes, Vance did do that.
Okay, and that was for the USA Incorporated that's bankrupt.
Correct. And then on top.
Okay, then I have an article here that might be of interest.
All right. But let me, before you bring that article up, let me ask you this one particular question. And I looked this stuff up. The original JD Vance is only 5'7", so he's shorter than me. I'm 5'9". Why all of a sudden does the JD Vance that we see right about now look taller than Donald Trump, who is supposed to be 6'2"? Somebody.
Well, I might have an answer for you.
All right. Here, we'll bring it up. Go for it.
Okay, Donald Trump is back as USA president. JFK Jr. has arisen from the dead to be his vice president. The swamp is draining. The new republic of the United States of America is rising as the movie reaches its climax. With Donald Trump returning as president, Brandon Briggs prophesied that more than 1,000 terrorists will target over 10 U.S. cities. A highly organized group with advanced drone technology has allegedly colluded with foreign actors and deep state elements within the U.S. agencies to transport stolen nuclear materials to underground facilities across the Appalachian Mountains. Planned nuclear attacks on industrial or urban zones, schools, hospitals, and financial districts would cause maximum psychological impact on the American public. The plan? False flag attacks, sniper and advanced EMP devices deployed to disrupt communications, gangs to incite violence, framing patriots as domestic terrorists, weaponizing pathogens and warfare, released during the inauguration and blamed Trump supporters, waving the way for martial law and draconian lockdowns. Now, I realize not that a lot of this did not happen, but this was the plan. Major networks are already framing Trump supporters as threats, while social media platforms are silencing patriots, exposing the truth. algorithms, shadow ban posts, delete accounts, throttle dissent. Journalists are complicit, working directly with deep state operatives to spin their narrative. White hats fight back. Patriots and military intelligence organize raids that have neutralized key deep state hubs in Virginia and Arizona, uncovering encrypted communications and plans to deploy drones armed with chemical agents. Excuse me. Directed energy weapons, psychotronic devices aimed at creating chaos have been intercepted and disabled. On Monday, January 20th, during his inauguration activities, Trump will issue over 100 executive orders, including one that will keep TikTok running. From New York to California, from Canada to Mexico, a bunch of politicians are about to become felons. A war is raging for America's soul, and the grand plan is in place to reclaim America from the deep state. Trump has already been inaugurated as President of the United States of America, as John F. Kennedy Jr. arisen from the dead to be USA Vice President. Stay vigilant. Everything is at stake. Trump's rally on January 19th, 9/11, is his farewell rally. People just don't realize it. Yet it's the last time Trump will have a chance to talk to us before he departs. Like I said, a shot heard round the world will come on Inauguration Day. While the world is watching, remember, POTUS is insulated, but he can't show you he knows what's coming. So it'll be portrayed as a victory celebration. Get your popcorn and the tissues ready. Inauguration Day will go down in history. Edward Snowden on Telegram. Obama named in FBI pedophile investigation. Biden alleged to be dead, and what you could see is a deep state clone. Deep state false flag alien invasion is coming. Obama, Biden, CPC drones freely spraying chemicals across the USA. Russian, Ukraine, NATO, deep state, CPC war escalating as Russia rescues hundreds of tortured children while uncovering international child sex trafficking. Oregon, an adrenochrome harvesting ring based in U.S. bioweapon labs in Ukraine. Underground tunnels, including tunnel running beneath 200-acre Biden-owned Ukraine property. How nice.
Yeah, we talked
Obama,
about that.
Alleged pedophile, while Biden's a deep state clone, both working with Chinese Communist Party to take over the USA. Pretty cool.
Well, Father Larry, you remember we did talk about that quite a few times. I hear an echo.
Yes, we've months ago, if not a year or two ago, I said all along that JFK Jr. should have been chosen as the vice president. But if he's the present Vance, being as tall as Vance was, because Vance never towered over Trump before.
No, never was.
He was shorter. And now he's taller. Gee whiz. And we knew that JFK Jr. was a master of disguise. Just saying.
Yeah, that's true. Somebody's got the.
Go ahead.
Huh? Somebody's got the stream playing in the background. Got to mute that.
Not me.
It's not me.
Well, they quit. Whatever it was.
I was muted.
No, I can still hear it.
I can't.
Kind of why nobody can sneak up on me. Because I can hear everything.
Anyways, I got to cut.
Maybe it's just coming out. Maybe it's coming out of your ears. Are you humming to yourself?
No, no, not at all. But Tom, go ahead.
Yeah,
GWT. Yep, I see it. All right.
Just a couple
What do you
things
got?
maybe we should talk about here. So,
By all means, go ahead.
let's see.
Let me mute up first.
So, everybody says that is the Trump we need to look out for. I
That
hear
is
a
a Trump
lot.
that needs to be feared. Yes.
Okay, so here's another one here.
Breaking news. Today is inauguration day, and the head of the IRS has actually resigned. More on that in a second. I'm TikTok Tax Hunt, and I provide the latest and greatest, most accurate IRS tax refund updates. Follow me and share this post for more. If I tell you it's Easter, dye your eggs. Yes, the head of the IRS has actually resigned, Danny Warfel. Danny Warfel has been the head of the IRS over the last few years. His term was actually supposed to go for a couple of more years, but as I exclusively reported here a couple of months ago, he was going to be stepping down because he was going to be pushed out, and that's not coming. Generally, the IRS commissioner, the head of the IRS, is actually a position where they're appointed. And regardless of the president, they kind of do out their term. That's a 7-year term. In this particular case, incoming President Trump had already stated that, hey, his guy, Billy Long, who is a strong anti-IRS advocate, was going to be taking over the IRS. That happened a few months ago. A lot of people will call it, no, that's not going to happen. The IRS commissioner never stepped down, but I told you, it's going to happen. In this past Friday, Danny Warfel actually stepped down. He was a big advocate of modernizing the IRS. They updated a lot of forms. They went to the direct file system, all that good stuff, but he is out. And now, oddly enough, we have a guy who's super anti-IRS. This particular gentleman was a previous congressman, Billy Long, and he had prior submitted a few bills to actually abolish the IRS. It didn't go through, but he actually submitted those. So it's going to get interesting. Again, like, share, comment on this post. If you want to keep up with the latest and greatest IRS updates, there are no more accurate place here. Check the comments. They vouching for you. Well, this is new. Don't clap. Well, this is new.
In other words, we are restoring control of our government to the people. We're going to take those 88,000. Let's see if they'd like to work on the border, because that's what we want them really. So we're going to have no tax on tips, right? No tax on. In other words, we.
For Damien, he's just a loser.
So I don't know what that was about, but it looks like somebody was being asked to leave. And I don't know, for the backside, does that not look like Mayorkas or whatever it is?
Mayorkas?
Yeah.
Could be.
I mean,
Mayorkas is bald.
or no, what's the dude, Department of Justice?
I was thinking Bill Clinton.
No, Department of Justice.
No, DOJ. Merrick Garland.
Merrick Garland. Doesn't that look like the back of his head?
That could have been him. That could be him.
Yeah. Looks like it.
Well, because I'll play it again. I'll freeze it. Well, because he wears glasses. See the glasses? Doesn't that look like
that's
Merrick?
it. That's him.
Or,
that's Garland.
And he refused
And
to
look
leave.
at Trump. Look on Trump's face.
You might have to zoom in on that if you can.
Whoops.
Well, you probably.
Look at the look on Trump's face up there.
Oh, I know that look. Dang, I can't get into anything right about now.
So, I think that's Merrick Garland. I think he was probably being told to leave.
Even Barron's staring at him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I agree.
Its constitution has been removed from the whitehouse.gov page. Matter of fact, if you go looking for it, that is what you're going to find. Page not found apparently has been put into the archives. And hopefully most of you know that the United States was a corporation. If he's dismantling that, I'm all for it. We do need to be sovereign from the corporation. But he didn't just stop there. He went and removed all the Spanish versions and translations from the White House website. And I'm just curious, if you're Hispanic out there, and especially if you voted for him, I'm wondering how you feel about that. Do I think when you come to a nation that you should learn to speak and write their native language? Absolutely. Does it mean you should get a right of your own? No. Now, supposedly the first couple hours that this was up, when going to the Hispanic page, people out there are claiming that it actually just said go home, not go to home page. So if I find any evidence of that, you know that I'm going to post it here. But yeah, let me know how you feel about this if you're Hispanic and living here.
I want to know what Barron said to him. I literally want to know what Barron said to him, because that look that he got.
That makes a lot of us.
Actually, I'm going to put it this way. If you guys remember, if I remember seeing it correctly, Biden actually did put his hands on Barron's mom, Melania
Oh, he
Trump.
did. He walked. He was up there standing on. Trump was kind of standing away from her, and he walked up there to her, reached out with his arm and grabbed her and pulled her close to him. Even Trump was like looking around, like, "Is somebody going to do something about this?" You know what I'm saying? It was literally. It was literally like, I couldn't believe that he put his hands on Melania.
So,
well, she should charge him with inappropriate
contact.
And
behavior.
I think that's what he said. He walked up and said something to him. "Don't fucking touch my mom," or something. I mean, it was quick. It was something quick, but that look that he got, I'll replay it again.
I'm going to put it this way. All right, so here, let me put it out this way. What's one of the things you could say to somebody that you know for a fact that this person, like Joe Biden's doing something seriously wrong? You catch it as that the woman's son. What is one of the biggest things that the son could actually say to him?
Fafo.
Mm-hmm.
Touch her again, I'll break your arm.
But it was quick. It was quick enough for him to say Fafo.
Actually,
look around and find out.
I think what Trump or what Barron
or touch her again and you're dead.
Hang on. I think what Barron probably said, "Touch my mom again, you die."
Well, watch how quick he said it. Now watch. We'll play it.
That's pretty close.
Did it look like "Don't touch my mom again"? Because it was quick.
Yeah, it was very quick.
It was real
4
quick.
seconds.
It was just like he was like, "Don't ever touch my mother" or something.
No,
maybe.
Well, how about this, Tom? How about this? Because the way that Biden did that, Barron literally could have said, "You're a dead man," or "Fuck around, find out."
Yeah.
One of those two. One of those two.
FAFO.
Dead man. Dead man walking.
You are.
Oh, that's a third one.
Oh. Hold on. Let me look at that again. He could have said dead man walking.
We can go with that. We can go with dead man walking.
Because it was quick, man. He just said a couple words.
It was quick.
He just said his mouth like moved twice. Or maybe he said you're fucked.
That's a fourth one. That's a fourth one.
Let's look at it again. Look. Okay.
Remember, he's 18.
He goes, "You're fucked. You're fucked."
Okay, I'm gonna go with that one, GWT. I'm literally gonna go with that one. Why? Because it was that fast.
Yeah.
You're fucked. And your
I'll
mouth
finish
doesn't
it
have
out
to move
here.
that much.
And then a look he gives back to him. What's that little
That
look
look
you got
that
left
he has on
up
his
there?
face right there. Like,
Well,
oh shit!
If you
I'm
watch
dead.
the whole video with Barron walking off, dude, he knew he said something fucking good to him.
Actually, yeah, I'm really after.
I mean,
the
look at
analysis-
that frown he's got on his face. I mean, because literally that concept, if he said you're fucked, he's sitting there thinking about what, oh fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Tom, I can say it this way: he either said you're fucked or you're dead.
Either one.
Those are either one. What it is?
I don't know the way the
we don't
look
know.
he's got the look he's got after the fact, after he said it, that looking around like look he had to think about it. Okay, fuck. I'm fucked.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, you think about it. That look, he's standing there with a frown, and that was a frown for.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think we're all right in saying is either you're fucked or you're dead. Or it could be you're a dead man now. Because that doesn't.
I like the dead man walking.
Yeah, but like I said, he didn't move his mouth that much. It was literally enough to fucking lean forward and go, "You're fucked."
Okay, well, look at it this way: dead man walking. You could whisper that into somebody's ear. Your mouth ain't gonna move much, but that would put a frown on somebody's face.
Right. So let's see what. Here's Mark Zuckerberg. Now that's another interesting thing that happened, and it happened with RFK and Zuckerberg with the same lady. Check this out.
Oh, Bezos' wife or
Bezos'
girlfriend.
wife.
Yeah.
Did you see that little cop that peak? Did you see him cop that peak?
Oh, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
I saw it.
I would have
Yep,
fucking
there it is,
got
right
one too.
Here it is in slow motion.
Well, I'll be honest with you, she ain't the best looking woman in the face.
Here,
Well,
here's the next one.
When you blow up your lips like that.
Watch RFK Jr.
Shit.
What? Okay. JFK, do not look down at those. Do not look at them. Oh, there's going to be memes all over the internet.
Oh yeah, there already is.
Lauren, did you need a safety pin? Or did you?
Then he notices the camera's watching him. Oh shit! Oh damn! What's this look?
Okay. JFK.
Holy shit!
Yeah, he looks right into the
Do
camera.
not look at them.
Yeah.
Oh, there's going to be memes all over the internet.
Bezos brought her in there for a fucking distraction.
Or did you have one and you busted?
But here's the best part: distractions always work. They point out the
Yeah.
bad people.
Go ahead, dude.
Oh, this particular point right here, this particular video, and all the videos that we've seen of Melania wearing that specific style hat, that particular dress, and everything that she was wearing, is everybody reminded of V for Vendetta all of a sudden?
Vendetta outfit.
Also,
Yeah.
Zorro.
Well, Zorro's a little bit different. There was no white.
Yeah, but look at
Zorros.
the dress she was wearing after the fact at the ball that had that little design on it. Looked like a Z across her chest.
Oh, yeah.
Remember
yeah.
Zorro? Right? He's a
No,
vigilante.
you're absolutely correct on that.
But I
You're
didn't bring this
absolutely-
up for this. This is actually for you to discuss here, Do. Okay? To explain to people, because you were a Marine. This is about the Marine behind her, because people have clipped pictures of this Marine and talked shit about the way he was wearing his hat. And I want to explain to everybody, you watch very closely, the wind is blowing, it knocks his hat back, and he does not lose composure. Now you can tell he's upset because his uniform is basically knocked out of whack on this deal, and that is his cover, okay? But he still does protocol and does not leave protocol, okay?
All right.
Now,
Roll that beautiful beam footage, bro.
people have talked shit about this military person. Don't talk shit about him. He followed protocol. All right? But I've seen the clips on it. Ready?
Roll it. I saw that. You don't. Nope. When you're in movement, you do not touch your cover, especially as a Marine.
So that's the reason why I brought that up, is because, like I said, people have taken screenshots of that, saying he was disrespecting Trump, all kinds of different things by not wearing his uniform.
They got to get over themselves.
Okay,
it's like the Marine that lost his hat right before Trump got on Marine
came
One.
out of Marine
Remember
One, yeah.
that?
Yep.
Came out or went on, whatever. But, Trump got down and got him his hat and put it on his head.
Well, but it's not a hat; it's a cover.
Well,
cover, yeah.
Just like this.
Whatever.
Just like this right now is my cover. It sits on it in a certain way. Now, one of the big
No, it's a blinder. It blinds people eyes from getting the reflection off your dome.
Father Larry, don't make me break out the wax, because I'll blind everybody.
But I just wanted to bring that up because it was not him trying to show disrespect to Trump. It was not. It was nothing like that. The flag literally blew and knocked his cover back, and he didn't lose composure. He didn't follow through.
He didn't break his job.
Right.
He didn't break protocol.
Now, I got to bring this up. Why is it you always see Marines at the White House? White pants, black top, red stripes, and everything else like that, usually lower ranking. Why do you always see Marines dressed like that at the White House? You want to know why? Because the Marines answer straight to the President of the United States.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was going to say, but
when Marines do their job properly, you can't get no better than that. Well, you can, but you can't use those particular individuals, which is spec ops.
Yeah, spec ops.
Well, like I said, the point was on that there, a lot of people are talking shit about that Marine and making fun of him and everything else. You can tell he's upset because his hat got his cover got messed up, and
That Marine didn't care because he was doing what he was supposed to be doing in the first place, protecting the
Right.
president. And if his uniform gets fucked up in the process, it doesn't matter. He will continue on.
Are we still
That's what
live
we
over there
want.
on YouTube, guys? I hadn't seen anybody making any comments.
Hold on. Let me check. Yeah, we're still live.
I got one funny to pull up.
I was talking to my crew over there.
Yeah, we're still live over there. I see a guy named Devil Dog Prepper. That was the last comment I saw.
I see Sun Honey there.
Yeah, aside from Sun Honey with the eyes. Same with
And Fry TV, and then Sun Honey Studio.
You know,
Oh,
the
Fry.
biggest thing is
Fry TV. What's going on, Fry? I don't know if he's still watching or not. 5 by 5. Okay, thank you, Devil Dog.
From Devil Dog, yeah.
Devil Dog Prepper. Great to see you. U.S. Marine from 22 September 97 to 2021. Or 2001, let me rephrase. Marine first, always. Here, I'm gonna bring up this one particular part. And everybody needs to understand this. When it comes down to us Marines, and you know, Devil Dog Prepper can probably agree with this. It doesn't matter what post we have. It doesn't matter what the hell happens. If our uniform gets fucked up and we're in a ceremonial style situation, yeah, okay, fine. Shit happens. We'll take care of the dry cleaning. Don't worry about it. But our job is to be right there, no matter what. Because the President of the United States of America is depending on us, we the Marines, in any capacity, to keep him protected. Now, is there other types of protection that the President of the United States, let me rephrase, let me put it properly, our true commander-in-chief actually has? Yes, he's got spec ops covering his back, covering his front, covering his flanks. These are things that most people don't even think about. Now, me personally, when I was a Marine, I was a firefighter, but I had a shit ton and a half of intel friends throughout all the services. Barely keep in contact with them today, but I can, from everything, because I follow all of them, I can see that they are going, what the fuck is going on? And I'm the person that's giving the answers. They're intel. I'm just a straight out firefighter and a fucking Marine, a jarhead, a Marine at the same time. And I'm figuring this shit out. Why do you think God gave me the name Due Diligence? I see more than most people ever do.
I got a question for Fry. Hey, Fry, do you still have your same number that I got? I hadn't heard from you in a minute. If you did, give me a call. Or send me a message.
Say, I have I put a sticker in the chat there, investment advice.
Give me a quick second. I had to say something funny. I said something funny to Devil Dog Prepper. Hoorah! No cranes involved. I'm not a crane eater. I grew up in the old school Marine Corps. You don't fucking retire from the military with 27 years and 8 months. The first 4 critical years being a Marine, and then having, because of injuries and everything else like that, showing the Army, what true leadership is. Yeah, there you go. That's what I did. But Larry, what do you got? Wait, hold on. Zoomies got something he brought up.
Yeah, it's one funny one.
No, I had put a sticker in the chat. Investment advice.
Oh, invest in wood and rope products. We will need them. We still need them. Yeah. Oh, I agree.
Little hemp rope.
Hemp, twine, whatever. I don't care. I guarantee you. I guarantee you this. I could probably find you a freaking plasma line that'll do the exact same thing as a hemp line and it'll last a shit ton and a half longer. Oh, and you can use a tugboat with it. Uh-oh. Oh, Father Larry, I think you might have screwed up.
I keep messing up.
It's okay. It's okay. We're all here for we're all here to make America great again. But right about now I'm looking at the time. I know for a fact GWT333 has to get some sleep here real quick because he's got to go to work just like I do tomorrow.
I don't. I don't have to go to work till probably Friday or something like that.
Well, notice
I'm gonna text you on my other phone, so it's me texting you, and I'll let you know because that other phone number for my business, that phone's kind of jacked up, don't work right. So I'm gonna send you my new number.
So that means I have to re-edit. Oh boy! Oh, oy, oy, oy. I'm thinking I'm needing some tacos. Zoomy, let's go ahead and bring up this video that you got. I'm not sure how long it is, but
well, it is Tuesday.
One short, funny one. Okay, just in the night out.
Oh, I got another.
Observes the jackass, visibly distressed. This dumbass has been ousted from the White House. He is now relegated to the role of an onlooker as his nemesis assumes command. Adding to his torment, he finds himself seated beside the cackling dingus, a dipshit, chosen in the name of diversity, whose presence now looms as a haunting reminder of his defeat. Although the jackass and the dingus are not alone in their defeat at the hands of the Donald. This crowd appears to be a veritable congregation of losers. In the second row sits a shriveled bag of sphincters, known to the world as Killary, with a long history of getting her ass kicked by the Donald. And so all we can do is observe in quiet amusement as this gaggle of dipshits gazes on in collective defeat. A fitting spectacle, perhaps, for the ever-turning tides of political fortune. Here's to the rallying cry that echoes through the ages. Make America great again.
I gotta bring up the funnies, guys. Okay, they're awesome.
Oh, wait, hang on. I got one. This was coming from Liberal Hive Mind. So all of us remember the talking toilet brush, right? Cringe Jean-Pierre.
Well, we don't have to see her anymore.
Oh, but this particular video from Liberal Hive Mind did wonders. It had me damn near in stitches all day today.
Oh,
so, it's only 9 minutes, 36 seconds long. So it's pretty quick. After this, we'll go into final thoughts. Just because it's just fun. But again, just like Father Larry said, we don't have to go through this no more. But we might as well see what we were given just because it's that damn funny. So we'll see everybody on the other side of this one. Just another 9 minutes of torture. I don't even call it torture. I just call it freaking finding new ways of destroying the left. We'll see everybody on the other side. Here we go.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Well, it seems as though it's the end of an era, and I gotta tell you, I couldn't be happier. It's the end of this leadership culture that's been fostered over the last 4 years of completely gaslighting us into oblivion, straight up lying to our faces and expecting that we're dumb enough to buy it, and then of course, when it fails, attempting to force through their narrative through ideological submission and oppression, in other words, censorship, all built on this concept of attempting to prevent dangerous misinformation. It's the end of this horrible Biden administration, the worst presidential administration in my lifetime, and it's not even close. And so now as we close the page on this horrible chapter in American history, we should probably be spending a little bit of our time exposing the horrible track record of this administration, in a sense cementing it into history, and that's exactly what I want to do here. As Karine Jean-Pierre is wrapping it up at the press podium, we should go over some of the worst moments. We should set the record straight on exactly what happened here, hopefully as a warning to the future, showing people just how bad things truly got. Let's wrap this KJP era up. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Okay, so it's Karine Jean-Pierre's last day as press secretary, and I think as it all wraps up, the conclusions should be pretty clear here. Karine Jean-Pierre has secured her legacy as not only a loyal foot soldier who unquestioningly followed the party's marching orders, pushing straight up lies and propaganda while obfuscating at a level that would frankly make Jen Psaki blush. Let's start off with this highlight reel that I think exposes Karine Jean-Pierre as a wannabe master of deception. Take a look.
I cannot say if the president had had a conversation with the attorney general last night. Any specific questions that you have about this issue, I would refer you to my colleagues at the White House counsel's office. As you can imagine, I'm going to speak to this. I'm just going to refer you to the Department of Justice. I would have to refer you to the FBI. And so again, I would refer you to the White House counsel's office. Again, I would refer you to the White House counsel's office. And I just said to you, the White House counsel's office, I would refer you to the White House counsel.
Would you commit to having the White House counsel come here and take questions?
That is something that I would refer you to the White House counsel's office. I cannot speak to the president's mindset. That's not something that I'm going to speak from the podium. I'm just not going to get into it. That's not something I can comment from here. Just not going to comment from here. I don't even know so I can't speak to it from here because I just don't know what you're speaking to. But I would refer you to the White House counsel's office.
4 years of this. 4 years of scandal, crisis, policy failures, and all the while, this is what we got. From an administration that went in promising to be the most transparent in American history, we got nothing but deception, nothing but distraction and obfuscation. Oh, you want some answers from us? Well, too bad. We're not going to answer your questions. Just refer your question to the White House counsel, and they'll basically tell you to F off for me. And just very quickly compare that with the way Kayleigh McEnany handled herself during her time as White House press secretary under the Trump administration. Kayleigh, who used to answer pretty much every question, usually with facts and receipts, well, we went from that to this. A complete desecration of the podium. And I watched so many of those press briefings and definitely followed every single highlight. And so many times I'd be sitting there asking the same question. I mean, what's the freaking purpose of Karine Jean-Pierre? What value is she bringing? What does she even do? She doesn't answer anything. What's the purpose of being a White House press secretary if you're never going to answer a freaking question? We'll circle back. That was the Jen Psaki approach. And then the Karine Jean-Pierre approach was, oh, I have nothing for you on that one. Or refer to the White House counsel. Why even show up at the podium? Honestly, they may as well have put a freaking scarecrow behind the podium. It would basically serve the exact same purpose. All Karine Jean-Pierre did was lie and hide. Like when she lied about whether or not the president would pardon his own son.
But from a presidential perspective, is there any possibility that the president would end up pardoning his son?
No.
His son, Hunter, is also up for being sentenced next month. Does the president have any intention of pardoning him?
We've been asked that question multiple times. Our answer stands, which is no.
President Biden says that he's not going to pardon his son, Hunter. Is he going to ask Donald Trump to do that?
I don't have anything else to share about that. I'm not going to go down a rabbit hole on this. I've been very clear. The president's been very clear when we've been asked this question.
Not a single scenario where that would ever happen. And then, of course,
it seems to me that the administration's having a difficult time trying to explain why the president did not lie to the American people.
Well, yes, of course they are, because he did lie to the American people. And I think that with this action, President Biden has really cemented his legacy as one of our very worst presidents. What can I really do to put an exclamation point on the damage that I have done to the country? It's like, I know I'll pardon my own son.
It happened. And that's just one of the clips of many. And this was the track record. And I think that's what ought to be written in the history books and why I'm making this video in the first place. Because in my view, what we've experienced over the last 4 years should never be accepted by the American people ever again. It's been a 4-year-long disgraceful display. And actually, speaking of a disgraceful display, it seems as though Karine Jean-Pierre is exiting the podium in the most disgraceful way possible. Take a look at Karine Jean-Pierre's final press briefing, where, of course, she had to go out like a complete clown.
We're having the last briefing of the administration on what's been one of the defining wars of this presidency without being able to answer those questions.
I just said he's going to hold a press call and he'll take your questions on that. Okay. I think that's important to hear directly from the person who's on the ground. I think that's an important thing to do.
Okay. Right? We were under the impression that there were folks here in the building who had those answers, who could tell us.
National Security Council is holding up a call so that Brett McGurk can get on that call and take your questions.
Okay. Why is it that you seem unwilling to extend any credit to Trump for this deal? Couldn't he just have said, hold off until I'm in office?
What I will say is that what we know to be true, what we know this process, how it has moved over the past 8 months, this is a deal that happened under the framework that this president put forward and was endorsed by the world. And this is also an administration that has had certainly the support, the back of Israel that helped denigrate Hamas, their military severely, weaken them. And we created, because of also doing that, we created the conditions for this deal.
And just take a look at some of the reporting surrounding her final press conference. Journalists and aides to President Biden are seething over White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre's refusal to let a national security expert discuss the tentative Israel-Hamas ceasefire deal at her final briefing on Wednesday, deeming she made the occasion her goodbye party. The press secretary's spotlight stealing forced the nation to wait an extra hour to learn details of the American hostages being released, including their names, with Karine Jean-Pierre herself providing no new information at her 306th and last briefing, and referring reporters to a National Security Council call that got underway after she left the stage. Basically, she left the exact way she came in, making it all about her, refusing to answer questions, and then once it came down to it, just referring to the National Security Council. Just horrible, and really I hope the Democrats aren't creating a precedent here, at least within their own party. I don't see the GOP going down this kind of dishonest, deceptive path anytime soon, but hopefully we never see something like this ever again. But honestly, I think that hope might be a little bit naive. I'm seeing some headlines like this suggesting the culture at large is willing to reject the Karine Jean-Pierres of the world and really the standard that she and the Biden administration have set. Town Hall released this article roughly 2.5 weeks ago. Where will KJP go next? Some say she's, quote, unemployable. And for the most part, I think this is clickbait. At the end of the day, I think the sad part is Karine Jean-Pierre and Karine Jean-Pierre types really aren't going anywhere. The truth is, people like Karine Jean-Pierre, people who can lie or are willing to lie, whatever the reason is, well, they tend to get rewarded quite handsomely by the establishment left. I mean, take a look at Jen Psaki, for instance, who basically set the standard for Karine Jean-Pierre to pick up. She just passed the baton over. Well, what happened with Jen Psaki after she left her post? She got a cushy job at MSNBC. The reality is the left rewards these types of people. There's a culture of being rewarded for being dishonest. And at the end of the day, that's probably why they do it in the first place. But thankfully enough, the American people rejected this clown show, this circus, and hopefully that means something. Hopefully that means we're never going to see something so disgraceful, such a disgraceful display ever again. I guess what I'm trying to say is hopefully hopefully the American people can see that mission through. 4 years of lies, 4 years of non-answers, 4 years of propagandizing and gaslighting the public. That is the Democrat track record. I don't see how these people could ever be trusted again. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe.
Well, that's my last video I got for the night.
I got one more for everybody for a little fun.
Okay. Go ahead and bring it up.
Where'd he go?
I don't know. It's on your end. I can't see what you're doing on your end. I can only see what I'm doing on my end.
Oh, Lord. What did I do? Hold on. Give me a second.
All right.
This is interesting. Jessica Torlove taken off set by Fox producers after brutal fight with Greg.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's what it says.
What is it? Repeat it again.
Jessica Torlove taken off set by Fox producers after brutal fight with Greg. 4 hours ago.
Oh, wait. It's Jessica Torlove. Who cares?
Yeah.
Well, that's good if they took
Yeah,
her off.
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, fuck,
right?
She's a dingbat.
Idiot.
Dingbat nothing. She should have been flushed down the toilet a long time ago. And Corinne Jean-Pierre.
No, that's Cream. You know, the Brilla brush.
Well, she's a talking toilet brush, I should say. But it looks like we got Tom's video, his final video. Just go ahead and play it. We'll see everybody on the other side.
So y'all couldn't hear that?
No, we could barely hear it. I could
Well,
barely
you
hear
have
it.
you like on your video thing over there on the side when you bring somebody up, you control the volume of it.
No, the volume was up all the way. I think it was the video itself.
No, the video is
Well,
normal.
the problem with TikTok is TikTok don't like you taking it to other platforms. That's the problem I'm having with it. Okay? Because I guarantee I could go to one of my videos, go pull it up, and I'm pretty sure the sound will be screwed up on it.
Yeah, I'd agree. But, gentlemen, I'm looking at the time, and both, well, I don't know about GWT. I definitely
5
know I have
o'clock
to
comes early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
5 o'clock really comes up early. And we are way past 2.5 hours. But let's go ahead and do final thoughts for the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, the scratching has already been released. I wish there was something I could do for the Rumble side as well as the YouTube side. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do. But if you're on the Foxhole side, yeah, scratching has been released. Go grab your winnings. But let's go ahead and do it in this particular manner. We're going to go with 208 Outdoors, then Father Larry, GWT333, and then myself for final thoughts. And let's get the Hello Kitty out of here because, yeah, I'm kind of tired and I don't need no more stupidity when I go to work tomorrow, which obviously I'm going to be getting. Just FYI. But Zumi,
Well, that guy I've never met. It's nice to meet you. And thanks for the follow over there on TikTok. I wish more people would follow me. But go check out some of my videos. I got some decent ones over there. Let's put it that way.
He does.
Yeah.
And with the gulags not releasing these prisoners like they should, and the reason why they're not releasing them all is because they've been beat and battered. Okay, we know that for a fact. I know that for a fact.
That's why they're taking him to the Capitol.
Exactly. They're going to be looked at by physicians, and I think Trump should step in and take every one of these places and get rid of them. Get rid of them. If you treat, an inmate like that, that's bullshit.
They violated the Geneva Conference principles or laws or whatever.
Yeah, the Geneva Convention. Dude, that right there really pisses me off because my buddy lost his job over here at this other county because they enacted a law 3 months after he did something to an inmate that was legal at the time. 3 months afterwards, it wasn't. The inmate sued him because he all he did was tase him because he was coming at him and with a shank and he was going to kill him. So he tased him. Okay. That's all he did. He didn't beat him up or anything like that. All he did was tase him, put him in handcuffs, replace him in the cell. My buddy lost his job over that.
Yeah, not good.
And that was by Bob Ferguson's. Okay.
Please tell me it's not the same Bob Ferguson that is about ready to be the governor of Washington State.
Same fucking one. I got to see him personally right down here because my buddy said Bob Ferguson's rolling into our courtroom. If you want to see that fucker, he was probably, I ain't going to say that online, but yeah, that's all right. But No, yeah, that's the same fucker that done him in, took his retirement, which he got his retirement back because shit, he'd been there 23 fucking years. But yeah, okay, I'm done.
Well, Larry.
Well, I mean, something is up with that whole deal in there, and I mean, I believe the same thing, that it needs to be investigated what's going on, and if they did receive any cruel and unusual punishment at the hands of those people there, those guards or whatever, they do need to be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. There's no reason for that. What was going on there, you know. Matter of fact, there was no reason for all of it in the first place. Also, hopefully, you know, these pardons do not stand. I do hear that these pardons are going to be tested, okay, to see if they're constitutional or not. I don't think they are, because my understanding, if you have not been convicted of a crime, then you can't be pardoned of something you haven't been convicted of. So that shouldn't hold. Shouldn't hold. It doesn't hold water. And the fact that, you know, since we pretty much all know that he was illegitimate in the first place, he didn't have the authority to do it. So, I mean, that's my standpoint on it, my opinion. But back to the J6 guys. They definitely, I know, I don't know if he's actually went to Gulag, but it's another Marine that I was helping out with information and everything else for his court stuff going to, and he was prosecuted under the same thing. The courts and everything were not allowing them to have any evidence brought in or call in witnesses and other things, you know. So the whole thing is a sham. The whole thing was a sham. And it needs to be brought to light, and these individuals need to answer for what they're doing.
Answer or suffer.
Yes.
Doing to others you have done unto yourself.
Texas wants me to read something real quick. In the 1915 Supreme Court case, Burdick versus U.S., the court ruled that a pardon carries an imputation of guilt. The court also stated that accepting a pardon was an admission of guilt. Okay? So, and we're talking about things like treason. Okay? So, the reality of it is,
treason's not pardonable.
Actually, yeah, they did it with McCain. John McCain had committed treason, and he was pardoned.
He was also executed.
Well, the funniest part is this, though. John McCain, aka No Name, he had a technicality. That's all it was. It's just a technicality. But he got his pardon. What ended up happening to John McCain anyway? He still got fucking offed. Just FYI.
It says here, she just sent something else. No U.S. president cannot pardon individuals who have not been convicted of a federal crime. The power to pardon, as outlined in Article 2, Section 2 of the United States Constitution, is specifically for those offenses against the United States. After conviction, this means the individual must have been legally charged and convicted before the pardon can be granted.
And that means no preemptive pardons whatsoever.
Exactly. You have to be criminally charged first before you get pardoned.
And were any of them on these preemptives ever charged with anything? Nope.
Not yet.
So sorry, Charlie. You are not forgiven.
Well, it's just the standpoint of this, just by the standpoint of them asking for pardons or accepting pardons when it can actually not be done in the first place is an admission of guilt by accepting the pardon that they can't accept in the first place.
Bingo.
Boom.
And
so there you go. That's kind of like them testifying against themselves.
Yes, indeed. Oh, and I guess, is everybody done with their final thoughts? Because now I have to bring up mine.
One more thing.
Go ahead.
Once you've been pardoned, or whatever it is they've done, you cannot plead the fifth no more.
Nope.
Right.
Okay.
Not at all.
Well, like I said, my understanding is a few people have come out and can I add Foxhole or Rumble links for everyone? I'm not streaming on Foxhole. I'm only streaming on X and YouTube right now. Due is the one who is streaming on the Foxhole and I believe Rumble, correct?
Yep.
So can you provide links for those for everybody?
Let me see what I can do here real fast.
He just brought that up, Texas.
Everybody needs to go to the Foxhole. Get your account over there.
Yeah, I actually, now I'm looking at it, I can't bring that up at this moment. I have to put it in the after show. But I will definitely.
This is different over here. I can't even chat to nobody like to the chat over here. I noticed that tonight. They must have changed some things. I can't say nothing to nobody over there.
You have to pull it up on a different screen, whether it's this screen, that screen, or just your phone too, and then you can. Because I was screwing around with mine last night, seeing how everything worked.
Oh wait, we just lost Father Larry.
Yeah, I don't know where he went.
I don't know either. I know he dropped off everything that we were going on.
Hey, Texas, do me a quick favor real quick, because that was the question. Can you be pardoned for treason?
No. The absolute answer is absolutely 100% no. Treason is treason. You cannot be pardoned for that.
But McCain he was charged with treason, and he got a fucking pardon.
Yeah, but then look at the freaking flag that was draped over his coffin. Severely wrinkled. He didn't get a pardon. He was just straight out freaking just.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the bullshit he did in fucking Vietnam.
I know. That was treason in itself.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't get a pardon.
How was it? How was it that he received a pardon?
It was fake.
And was able to, because once you commit treason,
It was fake. It was a fake pardon. You cannot pardon treason.
Yes, he
Period.
was. McCain was. I did this research years ago. He was literally charged with treason. He received a pardon.
Why he wasn't put to death at that particular point in time, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that one out.
Might not be able to Google it right now because a lot of the shit that was removed from Google, but he was.
Correct.
He was literally charged with treason. He received it because he wasn't. If you are charged with treason, you can't be no part of Congress and all this other shit.
Okay,
But
I'm gonna pop up in your chat over on your YouTube. You got to make me a mod so I can post a link over there to Pilled Foxhole. Can you do that? You probably got to use your phone.
I'll have to.
Well, okay. So while you two are dealing with that, I'm going to go into my final thoughts. Now, my final thoughts is this. No Name McStain, a.k.a. John McCain, he was, in fact, guilty of treason. I'm sorry. There is absolutely no way under our true Constitution, not this bullshit that popped up after 1913, which allowed it to happen, but it's still not a true Constitution of, or excuse me, let me rephrase, for America. Because everybody has to understand this one particular part. There is the Constitution for the United States. And then there's the Constitution that stands for the United States of America. Literally speaking. The one that says of America is 100% illegal. It has been since the Organic Act of 1871. You cannot sit there and tell me straight out no one on this planet can do it. Because I will hit you up with every single fucking thing that I've ever found on it. And I'm going to tell you straight out. You're dead damn fucking wrong. You don't have to like it. Honestly, you really don't. But I'm not here to hurt your feelings. I'm not here to freaking tell you you are dead fucking wrong. I'm just going to show you. Now, what I'm going to show you is this. First and foremost, fraud vitiates everything. The Organic Act of 1871, that was when the first part of the takeover happened. Don't have to like it. Go look it up. It's there. Then the Federal Reserve Act of 1913, which is where we all started having to pay taxes. Keep in mind your freaking birth certificates and everything else like that. You became chattel at that time. That includes me. That includes Zoomy. That includes GWT333. That includes Father Larry. That includes every last one of us. Don't believe me. Go look it up. You don't have to like it. But by the Father God Almighty, it's there. Right there in front of your faces. Now, something amazing happened with Trump finally being inaugurated for his second term. Literally speaking, his actual third term. Which, by the way, if you go back and look at the original Constitution of the United States for America, there were no term limits on the presidency. Trump could actually fill up another year or another term, let me rephrase, he could actually fill out 4 fucking years of being president, or let me rephrase, commander in chief of these United States for America. Remember, wording has everything to do with it. Wording is everything. You don't have to like what you're hearing.
Wording and symbolism.
Oh, yeah. Symbolism as well. All I can say after this is just get your asses ready, get your asses in gear, and be ready for the United States for America. Not of, but for America. Because then you're going to find out exactly how rich you truly are. And when I'm talking about rich, I'm talking about rich in spirit. I'm talking about rich in the wallet. I'm talking about rich in every single thing each and every last one of you do.
Oh, I do want to bring something up. Now, I haven't seen the actual documentation of it, and Texas sent me this last night, and I can't find my live right now. So what I'll do next time is I'll send you a link to that. Or G-Gab, you still there? Can you drop Due's link on Rumble?
Well, you need my Rumble link?
Yeah, they need your Rumble link over there.
Okay, I can grab that one. That's not a problem.
I'd rather go to Pill.
Yeah, me personally, I'd rather go to Pill.
I hate Crumble.
So listen to this. I'm going to just play this here because of the volume problem we were having. But listen to this.
Supreme Court released the ruling for Moore v. Alliant Credit Union on the 17th. And if you guys don't understand what this means, the reason why we are going to have a very good Monday is because that ruling just declared all banking loans fraud. Your mortgage, your credit cards, your car payments, your student loans, all of it, because fiat currency is fake currency. It doesn't exist, and they have used it to steal from you and to profit off of your work, your labor, to pay for something that does not exist. Print the ruling, get all of your credit card company statements out, all your old mortgages, all of your old car notes, all of it. You get a 20% compensation for the fraud on top of every dollar that you have paid to every single bank. Do you understand this? Your whole life, every bank that profited off of a car loan or mortgage or anything that had your name on it that you had to pay is now owed back. Period. They don't have a choice. It is based on the Supreme Court ruling. It was theft, and they knew it, and they did it anyway. Find your old bills, print that ruling, and call everybody. You want it all back.
Did y'all hear that fine?
Yep.
So the point is, what I'm getting at is, Juniper sent it. Okay. I'll get my facts straight here. Juniper sent it. So I haven't seen the paperwork on that yet. I've heard that several places. There was a ruling. I don't know, Texas, to say if I get more on it, I'll let you do. But yeah, that whole deal, I guess, was heard by the Supreme Court, and at least that's what I'm hearing. Hold on here. Okay, she might have just sent me the damn documentation. Boom, boom, boom.
I see where we just lost Father Larry.
Why?
And Father Larry, get your butt back in here. I do want to hear your final thoughts. I don't know where the disconnect came in on that one, but come on. Get back in here and get your final thoughts in.
But it's called Moore versus Alliance Credit Union.
Okay.
Oh, actually, this is supposed to be a summary from Grok on X. So the case Moore versus Alliance Credit Union was decided by the U.S. Supreme Court on January 14th, 2025. Here's a summary based on the available information. Ruling: the Supreme Court declared that foreclosure proceedings by Alliance Credit Union against Zachary Moore were unconstitutional. The decision was delivered by Justice Samuel Alito, highlighting the significant implications for how financial institutions can pursue mortgage and contract enforcement based on fiat currency. This ruling suggests that contracts, including mortgages founded on fiat currency, might become unenforceable. The decision has broader implications, potentially affecting various aspects of financial law, particularly concerning how debts are secured and enforced. There is mention of the case impacting not just financial institutions, but also suggesting punitive measures for those involved in systematic fraud with the financial sector, including judges and politicians and law enforcement. Relevance. Posts on X and various web sources indicate this ruling has seen as a major legal event, potentially reshaping financial and legal practices related to credit and debt enforcement in the United States. This summary reflects the significant legal and financial implications of the Moore versus Alliance Credit Union case.
Fair enough. All right.
So, anyways, good night, everybody.
Well, I'm trying to get Father Larry back in here so he can give his final thoughts because he felt like everybody was walking all over him. Don't want that to happen. Father Larry, please jump back in. Give your final thoughts. Sirs, please give your final thoughts. I want to hear what you have to say. Well, that was a big hit off the freaking vape. Damn. Wow. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Okay, I think I'm good. But one of the biggest things is, in terms of final thoughts, we may kind of walk over each other a bit. I am going to say this one thing. If somebody's designated for final thoughts, let's not just jump in. Let's just wait till everything is said. You can jump in afterwards. But we have to make sure that rotation of final thoughts happens. It does get a bit crazy at times, which is fine. But let's just remember, each person that gives their final thoughts, you have the ability to say what you want to say, how you want to say it, when you want to say it. And we are going to be working quite a bit more diligently on making sure everybody gets heard. But in the meantime, I think what we need to be doing right about now, I don't think Father Larry's going to jump back in. It's all fine and dandy. We can work on it again this coming Thursday night thoughts. Let's just make sure, pure, plain, and simple, that everybody gets to be heard, no matter what. No interruptions, no none of that. Is that fair enough for everybody here on the panel? Because I know I'm all for it. That's why I always seem to go last. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, it is definitely time for me to hit the rack, because I got to get up and go to work tomorrow morning. God only knows what the hell's going to happen tomorrow. But we will definitely see everybody for Thursday Night Thoughts. Father Larry, yes, you're going to be allowed to give your final thoughts without interruption. So on behalf of 208 Outdoors, Father Larry, as well as GWT333, we thank you all for being here. Hopefully we gave you a lot to think about. And is with that, we thank you all for being here. Y'all have a beautiful evening. Oh, wait. Before we get out of here, there's Father Larry. Father Larry, go ahead. Your final thoughts for the evening. With that,
Well, my final thoughts.
we thank you all for being here. Y'all have a beautiful evening. Oh, wait.
My final thoughts are that GW, the people in the Gulag in DC, they were regularly beat. So I would say most all of the guards need to be brought up on federal charges, particularly the warden or whatever it's called. And this came to my attention, maybe about a year into their jail time, because there was one person that actually lost an eye in one of the beatings. He lost an eye, and they didn't want him to report it or even get medical treatment for it. So that's torture to the extreme. Conference specifically forbids that kind of treatment. And so, yes, the feds to take that institution either totally down, or as I've suggested earlier, that they turn it back into a psychiatric hospital and imprison all the guards there for 4+ years. I'm done.
Well, Father Larry, I have to agree with that one. Literally. Whatever those guards did to those J6ers, literally innocent people. They have to suffer exactly what they did.
Well, I'll tell you another short little story quick.
Okay.
The people that were in jail there, they asked their family for new pairs of socks, not for their feet, to strain the water, because they had to get their drinking water out of the toilet. The treatment was that bad. The sinks weren't working, and they had to get their drinking water out of the toilet. So they wanted to filter the water with their socks. And so they wanted new socks for not wearing, but for using as a filter. I mean, this needs a big time federal investigation.
Oh, I agree. I 100% agree with that one, Father Larry. That's all you got for final thoughts?
Yep.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, everybody have a beautiful evening. I hope and pray that each and every last one of you can sleep well enough, especially after hearing Father Larry come back in and give those final thoughts. I don't know what else to say. I really don't. If Americans had to go through that kind of and forgive my language on this one, but I'm going to have to say it exactly the way I feel like saying it. If American patriots had to go through that kind of fucked up bullshit, those Americans that did that to them, they're no longer Americans. They're enemies of the state. They deserve exactly what they did. You don't have to like what I'm telling you. But by God, by the Father Almighty, each and every last one of you that did that to true American patriots, that's your ass. That's literally your ass. Oh no, Gitmo is too nice for him. Fuck that. There's a black site in fucking Greenland. That's where your ass is going. And you'll be lucky if you get a life sentence in that specific black site in Greenland. Oh yeah, by the way, the United States of America already owns Greenland. If you haven't been paying attention, you wouldn't even know it. So with that, Father Larry, anything else you want to say?
Nope.
All right. On behalf of 28 Outdoors, GWT333, and Father Larry, and thank you again, Father Larry, for jumping back in and giving your final thoughts. I'm but your humble host, Due Diligence. Everybody have a beautiful evening. We're getting the Hello Kitty out of here because I need to get some sleep because I got to get up and go to work in the morning. Y'all take care. Much love, and we'll see you all this coming Thursday. Good night. Bye.
I get too deep sometimes in my own head, unstitch the fabric to find a common thread. Got caught up in the hustle, forgot to love. Woke up in the rubble to a light from above, racing to the ends of the earth. I know I'm probably not the first, but I'm gonna be the last one standing. I ain't gonna dream, just a man. I'm chasing the storm. I bottle up these waves before they reach the shore. I know it's now or never to get what's mine.